you never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes.
I thought this would be an RPG shooting thing. Yeah. It's literally just Valorant. It looked like a game with a campaign and such, but not another 5v5 game.
The wilds, it's anyone's game.
Why not make it Overwatch?
Survive on your own.
Why did they have such a long story trail just for it to be?
Oh my god. Let's go! We did it first try again! Let's go! How are we doing this?
Why is there battle music starting again? Why? Whatever. We're gonna hang out for right now. It's like those memes where, like that you just assume that the music, the metal music emanates from the Doom guy. Oh, fucking god damn it. Hammy! Why? Why?
Anybody else remember when King wasn't so wholesome? Because I do. I do. With his Doom runs and his well, I guess really just his Doom stuff. But hello, friends. Hi, how we doing? How's it going? Made a chaotic clip from Scribble Knots, but unfortunately it's okay. There's more time. There's more time. Octagon, hello, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Doom was still cozy. Is Doom cozy? King wasn't wholesome. I mean, he was less wholesome. He was in his crazy arc. He was in his chaos arc, his anger arc. I don't know. What do we call that? What do we call that? It was still lovely. It was still lovely. King evolved into being wholesome. I have always shied away from it. King has evolved into it. But how we all doing? Tess and King and Bo and Octagon. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are doing well. Doom is set in hell or hell like earth, so I guess it's warm, and warm equals cozy. Look, Tess is a real one. Always trying to figure out how to back it up. How to back it up. Look at that. Look at that. So good. Lars! Why? Okay, also though, why y'all spending the bits for this? Hello? Hello? Lars, thank you for the large emote. The rather large emote. The large Clamperson coming on in. Let me get you a shout out too. Let's get you the shout out. Cause you know we doing it. Let's see what clip we get. Is it gonna be a ghost clip? It's a Pokemon clip. Lars been on that ghost
shiny dolphin! Let's go!
Oh.
Let's go!
I don't know anything about Pokemon except that it's really hard to try to make the sound that a Heatran makes. That's what I've learned.
That was the way to go.
And there's very few of you who understand why I would try to do that. Oh shit, I just realized this music is probably gonna end up being really loud for a second. We're gonna lower it for a hot minute.
Critical.
How we all doing? How we all doing? Lars, how's it going? How's it going? I hope that your Tuesday has gone well. I told myself that I was going to start earlier and then I didn't. Whoops. I was going to get up, I was going to do things, and then, yeah. You sleepy? So take a nap. Maybe it's nap time. Listen, I know some people don't believe in naps. I believe in naps. Okay, I believe in naps. And I don't know why other people don't. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Durability is great. I mean, it's better than your durability not being great, right? It's better than it not being great, I would guess. I would hope. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Did this finish? Did this finish? Did I do the thing that... Okay. I did the thing. All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right, friends. It's time. I know some of y'all probably saw the Nintendo Direct today. I'm not going to say much about the Nintendo Direct. I enjoyed it, but that's because, you know, we got a new game from the makers of Danganronpa. And if you know anything about Danganronpa, you'll see that I've got Monomi over here and Monokuma over here. So I'm a fan, and I'm very excited for a new one. I'm very excited for a new one. Huh? A new game from the Danganronpa creators.
The moment that trailer came up, like, this is Danganronpa.
I mean,
Like,
the art style is...
No, they literally have not changed the art style at all.
Nope. The art style is what it is. Is what it
What
is.
if they made a Danganronpa farming simulator?
I mean, they made a Danganronpa board game with the summer camp, and I still played it.
Is that Happy Havoc Girls?
No, that's the shooter one. It's like Summer S or something like that, where it's all the characters, and you just go around in a board game collecting scenes with the characters. Yep.
The quest for more money?
I mean, listen.
That's all that sounds like to me.
Listen, it was just more time with the characters, because some of them you don't get to spend time with because they die in chapter 1. So it was like, you like these characters, you want them to learn more about them? Here's how you learn more about them. I'm glad that you did not fall off your bike today, Bo. That's good. That's good. It's Dan Gaiman has arrived with the hype emotes. How you doing? How are you doing? There was nothing in that direct I want to play. Not even the one from Square. What the hell was it called? I wrote it down. Hold on. I sent it to myself in Discord so I would remember it. The Fantasian game. I'm intrigued by the Fantasian game. I like the idea of being able to take the different monsters and put them away in a different dimension. I like that. I like that you could then attack multiple at one time. Have fun. Oh, okay, well, try to have fun. Top one. So yeah, the Fantasian one was the Fantasian, and the Danganronpa, the 100-Line Academy. Those are the two that I'm really interested in. I know that Yada is very excited to see the Ace Attorney series getting some love. Yada, I did my dailies. I did my dailies really quick, so I did do them while stream was starting. So at least I did those. The Zelda game I'm kind of intrigued by. I don't know necessarily that I'll buy it and play it, but I will watch people play it. Boog, how you doing? How you doing? I'm trying to think what else. The Mario and Luigi game I'm intrigued by. But intrigued in the sense that, like, I would play it if it's not super expensive. Like, I would play that and want to play it with somebody, but I'm also not spending $70 on that, right? So like, that is something. Metroid hype. I haven't played any of the Metroid games. Hello, Lily. How you doing? We're doing a very, very quick recap of the Nintendo Direct. I'm not playing the Nintendo Direct. I enjoy my Switch, but I feel like I enjoy my Switch for, like, not the IPs of Nintendo. There's nothing like, oh shit, I need to get that. That's fair. You know what? That's fair. There was only the ones from the creators of Danganronpa was like, I need to get this one. The Fantasian one I'm interested in, but I'm also going to see how much it cost, right? Like, I'm not going to drop $70 on it. That might be one of those games where, like, I wishlist it, and then, like, I play it when it's available later. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what it's going to be. Which, I mean, is what I've done with Raincoat, just that Raincoat hasn't really gone super on sale. So I'm still watching Raincoat for that. Because I will play Raincoat, and that might be a game we play on stream. I don't know. But those aren't today's games. If there's something that you were super interested in with the Nintendo Direct, let me know. Let me know. I do enjoy hearing people and what they are interested in playing. But today we're going to be continuing, if not finishing, Echoes. Okay, good. I'm glad that I lowered this volume because I had the volume super boosted from trying to fix Life is Strange. And we just need the music for the ambiance. Enjoy your lurk, Lily. Enjoy your lurk. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna have some questionable voice acting again. There's 2 more chapters. Or episodes. Episode 4 and 5. We'll see if we can get through all of it. Let's see what happens. I think this episode we meet Jody, our wife. Wife Jody, who we left behind so that we could search and find out what the hell happened to our best friend. And she needs us to make a bottle. Oh, wait. Wait, there must be a time skip or something. Or we left and then came back. I'd been back from Greenhearth for a few months. My son had just been born. Aw. We had everything to make us happy if it wasn't for the terrible dreams that haunted my nights. So it must be around Halloween time because there's a pumpkin back here. Wait, yeah, okay. There's a jack-o'-lantern here. There's a witch hat, unless he's imagining things, which would be weird things to imagine. Terrible things happened in those few days that I spent in that accursed town. But the worst thing had been, let's say his death. I had managed to unmask my friend's murderer, but at what price? He'd wanted to help Liz. Oh, that's right! The waitress was the killer! How could he have known he'd awaken the monster that slept inside her while he was also sleeping inside of her? Oh, whoa. What a waste. Ricky? Yeah, of course. Right away, honey. I will get that bottle for you right away. I know things haven't been easy since Arthur's death. You know I'm here for you, don't you? You can talk to me, you know? Can we? Can we? Does anybody want to hear about this? I've told you everything I can. The rest is classified. Yeah, it's classified. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about what happened in that place. How can I help you if I don't know what happened? Girl, you don't want to know what happened. Let me tell you, you don't want to know what happened. I just smiled. I had the strange... He brought the bell all the way with him. Oh, no. See, that's where he messed up. He kept the bell for me in hopes of a better option. No, it's dangerous, and you brought it home to your wife and son, sir. It put a target on your back, which also means that it put a target on your family's back. How long would it be before someone realized it was me who had it? That wasn't all. The foreman's last words echoed in my mind like a warning. The creature. It's awake. What was he talking about? What kind of threat was this creature? I want to know what Lovecraftian horror are we talking about here? What are we seeing? Are we seeing Cthulhu? We seeing the monster in yellow? We seeing the type of things that you get in Sucker for Love? Like, what's happening? There's no point in worrying, Jody. Let's go make that bottle. Our apartment was in the usual state of disarray for young working parents. We just celebrated Halloween and the decorations hadn't been taken down. Luckily, Jackie, Jody's aunt, lived nearby and was able to take care of Chris at a moment's... Okay, so I guess our baby's name is Chris. Where could that bottle be? Our baby's name is Chris. What is this? This is literally a bottle, sir. This is a bottle. The phone's ringing? It was my partner, James Giordano. Fox. Hello, James. We've got a new case. There's no need to stop by the station. I'll meet you at the scene. Okay, where do I have to go? Have you got the address of the college campus? A state college? No, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. We agreed on a meeting point, traded a few remarks, and hung up. Great. Great. I'm so excited to go to the college campus. Nothing wrong could happen at a college campus, right? Are we going to tell Jody that we got to go? Today's headlines, the dread of seeing what happened in Greenhearth coming to light. I guess the Bureau managed to cover everything up. Okay. So the Bureau covered everything up that happened in Greenhearth, but I feel like whatever's happening at this college is somehow going to be connected. Somehow going to be connected. Jody's waiting for me to give the bottle. I didn't hang around. Okay. Are we going to tell her that we got to go to the crime scene? James just called. I got to go. I'll finish getting ready and drop Chris off with Jackie. Can you pick him up this evening? Sure. Sure. Hopefully we're not super late. But I feel like we're going to end up being super late. Look at this man with his Fu Manchu. Look at this. What is this, sir? What is this? After finding the college reception and losing myself in the maze, I found James. He was waiting for me in front of a dorm room. Police tape is strung up. The colleagues were bustling around and I joined my partner. Ah, Ricky. James. We're starting the day with some nasty business. Homicide. Who's the victim? Yes, one Martin Maloney, one of the 2 students who shared this room. What happened? Bullet to the back of the head. The victim was found on his bed, still dressed. He probably never saw it coming. You'll never see it coming. You'll see that my mind is too fast for eyes. Hi, Yada. Yada, did you get all your dailies in? Are you done? You did all the dailies? You ready for the maintenance and the new game? I guess that's what we'll do. We'll try. If we finish this week, we'll do new game stuff next week. If not on Friday, we'll see what happens. 8. Okay. You know what? Not everybody can be as good as you, Yada. Not everybody can be as good as you. Okay. Sometimes some of us do it like 10 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, whatever, You know how it is. Yada. You know how it be. The victim must have come back from a party and fallen asleep immediately. Probably drunk. Drunk for sure, but maybe not just drunk. We'll know more when we get the tox report. Forensics had done what they needed to do. I was able to get the body moved immediately. It's still early. Most of the students aren't up yet. I thought I'd get it done fast before I started to draw a crowd. Good thinking. Neighbors didn't hear anything? I've just finished questioning everybody, and no witnesses. The murderer shot through a cushion and muffled the noise, but with Halloween, I guess there must have been music all around. Pity. It's not going to make our job any easier. We got a suspect. We got any clues? What's happening? Got any clues? We've got the murder weapon. I got that under seal right away. That's good. That should probably help us. Yeah, but I didn't find anything suspect in its lodgings. Okay. Have we got a suspect? No, not yet. But we've got his roommate, one Garrett Stern. Is he the one who called it in? Yes, at least he reported the crime to the caretaker's lodge. It was them who called it in. Have you questioned him? Just quickly. I wanted to talk to the neighbors first. Hydrate. Okay, fine. How about with orange soda? Does that count? It's a beverage. Any progress on this case? Not so much. We just started investigating this case. Anything goes. Okay. I suppose the roommate's got an alibi. He claims he was at the campus film society's Halloween party and the crime had taken place when he'd gotten back. I'll go talk to him. Alright, let's investigate. Why would we question our partner? Let's search the crime scene first. It's a standard campus dorm room. Pull on some gloves and start looking at everything. Okay, can I look at the laptop? Obviously, new laptop is charging on the floor. Screen is awaiting the password of Martin Maloney. So that's the victim. Okay. What does he have? What's in there? The blood. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have the blood of my enemies here. I probably need to make some new enemies. But we'll see. All right, stack of Polaroids. Stack of Polaroids are here. What else we got in this room? I feel like this notebook, somebody's journal. No. Emptied out drawers means the rooms have been searched. What were they looking for? What valuable would you find in a dorm room if you didn't take the laptop? If you didn't take the laptop, what are you looking for? I had a good look around the crime scene. Now to have a chat with the roommate. Well, let's look at the pile of photos first. Stack of Polaroids. Okay, looks like they were taking at the Halloween party. One of them caught the attention. The campus clock was visible. Is this meant to be an alibi? Oh, that would be a lot of planning. That would be a lot of planning. Who's this? So this says Garrett Stern had a tan mark where his watch should be. Okay. Wait, I can't keep looking at this? Who said I was done? I guess I'm done. Let's go talk to Garrett, who for some reason is still dressed in his Halloween costume. Looking like he's trying out for My Chemical Romance, but got denied big time. Okay. He was wearing his Halloween costume when I interviewed him, which is understandable given the circumstances. But his self-satisfied attitude and the arrogance of old money. Well, you need to go to jail then, sir. I don't like you already. Type born with a silver spoon, lucky enough to have a huge debt to pay off when he got a job market. Okay. To be frank, he reminded me of Oscar Morrison. He wasn't wearing a watch, no tan mark either. He didn't know it yet, but he's a whisker away from having the cuffs on him. All I needed was a motive. Introduced myself with the wave of a badge. I'm Detective Fox, and I got some questions for you. Oh, what voice does he have? What voice does he have? He's arrogant, but I don't know how to do an arrogant voice. Yes, your officer. I promise you have my full cooperation in this sad, sad business. I don't know what he should sound like. We just know he's a douche. He was my best friend. What happened to him is a real tragedy. If Martin was his really best friend, he would have been more affected. He's lying. He's lying. Violent death of his roommate should have rattled him, but the fact that this wasn't the case was almost like a confession, but we need more to bust him. We need more. Where were you last night? At the Film Society party. Am I going to have to repeat everything I already told him? And when you got back, you discovered Mr. Baloney's body, is that right? Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm pretending to make some notes. And can you have any witnesses? There are even photos. Okay, see, he's too focused on the photos. Anything else? Did you check if anything been stolen? Did you think Martin was killed for that? To rob us? I mean, with Halloween, there were plenty of townies on this campus. This economy. That's so sad that my friend should have to lose his life over a few dollars. Okay. His behavior doesn't gel with the gravity of the crime. So did you check to see if anything got stolen or not? With what happened to poor Martin, you didn't check. You didn't check anything. Did Martin have any enemies? Not that I know of. You said he was your best friend. You wouldn't know if some people didn't like him? Martin was a brilliant student. Everyone liked him. What was he working on? He's majoring in information science. Were y'all working together? Okay, so they were working together. Now he's going to miss them a lot. Why is he dressed up like it's Halloween? It's the day after Halloween. He just apparently never got out of his Halloween costume. I don't know why he never got out of his Halloween. I guess he found his... Supposedly, the story goes that he found his roommate murdered. And then he went and he ran off to tell people. Supposedly. That's the story. But so he never changed because we're in his dorm room right now, which is also a crime scene. What were you working on? A mobile app. But I can't tell you more than that without making you sign an NDA. Anyway, what's this got to do with my investigation? Let me remind you, my best friend is dead. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking Martin was the brains behind this, and this guy's going to try to sell whatever app they were working on and try to make all the money by himself. With that false alibi, I definitely had enough to get him to spill his guts. I've got proof of your guilt. The fact that I can't see his eyes makes him look suspicious. I mean, he's got very fogged up glasses. Of my guilt? You don't mean you think... This application you've been working on with Martin, something tells me it was on the point of being bought out, am I right? But, and you didn't want to share the profits. That's not true. We were being robbed, and I've got an alibi. I was at the party. The so-called Halloween party where you took photos that you so kindly left out for us to see. That's right, look at the photos. You can't prove anything. So we show him the photo. The one where we can see our friends at the time of Martin's death. Yes, you see? It's great, but it looks like you had more of a tan last year. Ah, okay. Okay. So because he doesn't have the tan line anymore, we know that that photo is not from this year. So he's been planning this for a fucking year? He's been planning this murder for a year. This man is nuts. I point at the tan mark. This time he's got no comeback. I read him his rights and we take him to the station. Alright, so now we're jumping to Christmas. So we went from Halloween to Christmas. So October to December. Baby's crying. Gotta get the baby bottle. The months had passed. It was almost Christmas. My son's first Christmas. I tried to be there to enjoy those moments, but I was having a hard time forgetting Greenhearth. And that murder case kept going through my mind. How could a young student from a wealthy family be capable of murdering his friend for a chance for a few extra dollars? We were expecting the verdict any day. Ricky? Yeah, yes? Your son? Yes, I'm sorry. Going. Jody was so patient with me. I did what I could to conceal it, to be there, but she was no fool. She could see something was wrong. Maybe I should have tried talking to her more. Would that have changed anything? It's impossible to say. Nothing interesting in the paper. The paper sucks. Nothing about Greenhearth. It's been almost 6 months since Arthur had died. Okay. Look at the presents. Or don't look at the presents. What's this flyer? It's a fundraiser for a... This flyer is... It talks about a hospital for children for a fundraiser. Much like the fundraiser that we do every year for Extra Life that's currently going on that you could donate to if you do ! Extra Life. I swear to God, I didn't plan this. It's just that it's in the game. But you too can help a fundraiser for a children's hospital by donating in the panels down below or by doing the ! Extra Life and donate. You can ask me questions about it. You can do all the things. Look at that. Look at how perfect that is. I couldn't plan that if I tried. Yes, like Yada said, also join us in the Discord for memes, head pats, and getting hyped over today's Nintendo Direct. Join us for all the things in the Discord. All the things. Made a note to talk to Jody about it. Alright, let's... I can't do anything with the gifts. Here's the Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Here's the baby. Here's the baby. Okay, we miss him. So this is us reflecting on the past then. Took him out of his stroller and he stopped crying. He just wanted time with his papa. The baby just wanted time with his papa. I don't want to remember what... Oh gosh. I don't want to remember what happened next, but I have to. For you, Jody. What happened next? Jody had finished preparing the bottle. I handed over Chris, who immediately began to drink greedily. I have to go. Today's the verdict of the case with the student, isn't it? Depends on the jury, but in theory, yes. Might as well do my part of mod work. I mean, you don't have to, Yada. You could just chill. You could just chill. I'm sure it'll be fine. Considering the circumstances, they won't take an age to decide. Until the verdict's been passed, we can't be sure of anything. Will you tell me about it tonight? Of course, honey. Do you want me to drop Chris off with Jackie? Yes, if you don't mind. I should finish early tonight. I'll pick him up when I get off. Oh, God. I remember finally going to the precinct. It was a quiet day. I did some filing. Around 4 o'clock, James came into my office. The verdict for this case was out. Good news, Ricky. We'll be passing out the second maintenance begins and wake up before the patch goes live. That's like 5 hours. That's like not even 5 hours, Yada. That's not that long. Verdict's out? Yes. Stern got 20 years. Doesn't make up for what he did. Brilliant young man lost his life because of the greed of his so-called friend. Oh, okay. Ricky Fox, ace detective, successfully send him to prison. We got an achievement. Come on, Fox. It's a win. It's not often we can congratulate ourselves on a job well done. Only thing you'll get from brooding like that is an ulcer. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Stress will give you ulcers. Or so they say. Like always. I mean, I know, like always, Yada. But, you know, sometimes you need some sleep. Sometimes you need some sleeps. It's okay to need some sleeps. Still, that evening I'd left the office a bit more cheerful for the first time in months. What I didn't know was that the day was just about to come apart at the seams. I'm sorry, Jody. I'm sorry, baby Chris. As soon as I stepped into the apartment, I could feel something was wrong. The living room was plunged into darkness. Chris was crying in his room. I went to get him, I changed his diaper and tried my best to soothe him, but my anxiety was palpable, and he must have felt it. There was no trace of Jody in the apartment, and I was thankful to see there was no sign of a struggle either. What there was, however, clearly placed on the table, was a handwritten note. I snatched up with a trembling hand. My very dear Detective Fox, I don't believe I'm mistaken in suggesting that you have an object in your possession which belongs to me. It would have been good of you to leave it in Greenhearth before your hasty departure. As you may imagine, I have gone through great difficulty in coming to find it. In your absence, I have taken the liberty of borrowing your wife, who is, incidentally, quite ravishing. If you wish to see her again in one piece, you know where to find me. Do accept, my dear friend, my most sincere wishes, signed, Oscar Morrison, Esquire. P.S. Come alone. At that moment, it was as if my world was falling apart. The demons of Greenhearth had come to claim my soul. Oh god, the music. The music! Woo! I'd known this case would come back to haunt me sooner or later, and I'd chosen to ignore it. I put Chris's things in a suitcase. A clean suit and my shaving bag in another. Oops. Then I got in my car. It was obviously out of the question for me to take my son to Greenhearth. I had no choice but to leave Chris with Jody's aunt. She hounded me with questions, but what could I tell her? That her niece had been kidnapped? That anything I told her would put her in danger? Leaving my son broke my heart. I planted a kiss on his forehead, praying it wouldn't be the last time I ever saw him. Then I hit the road. I had no chance of catching up with Morrison, but I drove until I was exhausted and allowed myself a few short hours of sleep on gas station parking lots. But if he wanted to exchange the bell for my wife, then the quicker he got it, the quicker Jody would be safe. I had no idea what to expect when I got there. The winter sun was rising when I finally reached the Greenhearth Dam. The forest and the town were covered by a thick blanket of snow. I headed across the great concrete structure as fast as I could. Yeti! Hi, Yeti. How you doing? Welcome on in, Yeti! 43 months. That's a lot of months. That's a lot of months.
Stung by a tree's needles?
Oh, look! It's a clip with sound!
What?
It's a
You know,
Yeti
I
mic!
feel like I'm now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm kind of remembering the story.
Look at the Yeti. I like that
FYI
Frosty
to
Tools
the
thinks
people
that
who don't
Yeti
know, I
Mike is
actually used to
a fresh
live
face in the cosplay scene. Yeti's been cosplaying for years. Years.
We were roommates for a while.
Now he's working on Geralt.
Hey, Arnold. wasn't on the show.
Why are there still they're always there unless you delete them. They will always be there until you delete them. Either that alert was late or I had quite a lot of delay. No, I think it might have been just a delay because the alert came after I saw it in chat. Or the alert came after I saw it in chat. It was a little late. That's fine. But how you doing, Yeti? How was the rest of work? How are you staying cool today? Because it's hot. Yada, what are your tips for staying cool in hot weather? Ooh. I can speak, I promise. So Yada, how do we stay nice and cold or cool when it's like 100 degrees outside? AC, and AC. You know, I was hoping there was another answer there too. I was hoping there was like some mysterious thing. Work sucks. I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. I'm hiding in the basement working on cosplay. Working on that Geralt cosplay. Let's go. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, well, okay, so there's police barricade, so we can't get into Greenhearth as nice as we hoped. The cavalry has arrived and occupied the area, so how the fuck are we gonna get in? We have a thing that they need. The streets teemed with federal agents and military. Great. Greenhearth Police Station, wonderful. This game is, I mean, I like all the different art styles in this game. I really appreciate it. I like how each one has had a different style. I dig it. And I do like that I'm only playing it once through. I'm not going to play it through multiple times, but there's like 4 different endings. So I'll play it once and get an ending, and then anybody who wants to get it, whether they get it on Steam or on the Switch, they can play it and try for the other endings. I may try for the other endings on my own, but I'm not gonna stream like me getting the other endings. Other people can do that if they so choose, and probably do way better voice acting than I'm doing. Way better. It's also black and white printer friendly. Most chapters are. There are some color. I think chapter 5 has a lot more color than what we've seen for the rest of the game. But based on like the pictures for the chapters, it has more color. A convoy accompanied me to the police station. Oh, good. Good, Gianna's still here. Gianna has survived these last few months, and she's talking to a guy in a black suit. Turned out to be the head of operations, Special Agent William Curtis, probably the one who told her she had to kill people. As I got closer, I realized they were deciding what to do with me. Unfortunately, diplomacy was never the sheriff's strong suit. I'd suggest you give him a proper welcome, understand? Walter, do I have to remind you once again who's in charge of operations here? Until proven otherwise, you're in my jurisdiction. One tiny blunder, and I can promise you a pretty scathing report. Curtis appeared to be furious. He nodded to come with him. I followed him as he muttered curses about Gianna. I hadn't expected the warm welcome of garlands of flowers, but I certainly hadn't thought the town would be in such a state of crisis. What? Message was deleted by moderator. What did you say? What did you say? It's okay. It's okay. Banished to the Shadow Realm. Thank you, Yada. I didn't see that you did. Thank you. Thank you for the banishment. Curtis had requisitioned the sheriff's office. Of course he did. Detective Fox. When I was assigned to this case, I had half a mind to bring you back here, but Sheriff Walter assured me, quite emphatically, that we'd never hear from you again. What are you doing here? My wife has been kidnapped by Oscar Morrison. Kidnapped? What were you doing in the area with your wife, what's more? Your file says you live on the other side of the country. You don't understand. Oscar came and kidnapped my wife from our apartment about 48 hours ago. That's impossible. We've been tracking Morrison for months. This zone's locked down. A mouse couldn't get through the perimeter without me knowing about it. You're overrating your security perimeter. Morrison's been on the run for months. You haven't managed to catch him. Sure, Morrison's smarter and more devious than we anticipated, but I can promise you that all the resources of the Bureau have brought into effect to secure the zone. I find it hard to believe he could have gotten through the net, but... Hold it. Why the hell do you think Morrison could be behind your wife's disappearance? Why would he be? Doesn't make any sense. Tried not to think of the cold metal. Permanently dented them with the hammer. Thank you, Yada. I appreciate you. Could I trust Curtis? It's too soon to say. It'd be unwise to let him know what I possessed. The trouble was, Morrison's letter mentioned the bell, so I couldn't show it to him. I have to find another way to convince him. Well, Fox, considering the seriousness of your allegations, you'd better have some proof. It's a gut feeling. Don't you ever just get a gut feeling? You're not sub? Oh, no, Yada. Oh, no. No, I'm not an investigator or a profiler. I'm head of the operations for the Federal Bureau. My decisions are based on fact and evidence, not feelings in my gut. I mean, I have the bat one. I do have a bat, much like, the OG Trailblazer. Curtis took a deep breath. Right, I promise you this. If it turns out that your wife has indeed been kidnapped by Morrison, as you claim, I'll do everything in my power to get her back to you safe and sound. But if I were to offer you some advice, it would be this. Pack up your stuff and go back to where you came from. Because believe me, if you try anything foolish, I'll have you behind bars. And we're in an ad break. Which is good because I'm going to take this time to hydrate. I know, why didn't that work? Hold on. There you go. Oh, I think because you had the star too close. I think the star being too close messed it up. That's my guess. That's my guess. Sorry, this is a hydration break right now, where we hydrate in between all of the reading. That's what we do here. That's so good. That is delightful. So Yada, how you doing? Are you staying cool? I hope you are. I hope you are. Well, okay. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. All right, let's. I'm gonna slightly continue. We're not getting to the exciting stuff. We'll just, you know. We just keep going as Agent Curtis. Your involvement in the events following Arthur Petrovsky's death have not been completely clarified, but I won't take the risk of you sabotaging my operation. Who said we're sabotaging his operation? I ain't sabotaging nothing. And don't imagine that Sheriff Walter can do anything to stop me. He's cautious but rational. We don't hold that against him. But if we want the Bureau's support, we have to convince him that Jody is here. But how? Time to call on some old friends. Time to talk to Ernst. Ooh! He looks so different. He looks so different here. Like, it's the same him, but the drawing and the darkness and the shadowing, I like it. I like it. It is just the right amount of creepy, I feel like. Ernest was back behind his post behind the reception desk at the Golden Sky Hotel. His eyes sparkled as he watched me come into the lobby. He must be the only person in town who's happy to see me. Ah, my dear Ricky, what a pleasure to see you again. When I heard you were back, I took the liberty of preparing your usual room. But do tell me, what brings you here? Surprised you don't already know. Oh, of course I know. Oscar Morrison has kidnapped your wife, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you can count on me. What can I do to help you? I feel like, I don't know, like, we keep trusting him, and I feel like we shouldn't. I feel like we shouldn't trust him. I see. So Mr. Curtis doesn't believe you, but to convince him, you need to show him a letter from Oscar. But for some reason that escapes me, you're unable to do that. And can you show this letter to me? We're going to show him the letter. I don't give a fuck. He already knows what we have. We're going to show him the letter. Of course, I hadn't told him about the bell, but if I had any chance of finding Jody, I had no choice but to reveal everything to him. I feel like he already knows we have the bell. Come on. I see. I suppose that this object that Oscar talks about was what was in Arthur Petrovsky's safe deposit box at the bank, is it? How'd you know? A simple deduction. I was certain that the contents of Arthur's safe deposit box would resurface sooner or later. And I just suppose that this is all connected to the experiments carried out during the Viticocha project. But tell me, this object, do you still have it? Yeah. Can you show it to me? Let's explain it to him. Took the time to explain in detail everything I knew, but I decided not to show it to him. I suppose that explains our friend's author obsession with the bells just before he died. That goes without saying, but it's crucial Oscar Morrison never gets his hands on this thing. If it can help me save Jody, I realize you're prepared to get anything to get your beloved wife back, but this bell is clearly dangerous. At least promise me that you won't give it to Oscar except as a last resort. I don't want to see his plans, whatever they were. Of course, Ernest, I promise. I promise. I don't want the crazy person getting the bell that makes me feel crazy. In any case, I appreciate your candor, my friend. It does help me get a clearer picture on things. I'm glad somebody's got a clear picture. The first thing we'll do will be to convince the Bureau of the validity of your claims, and I can see only one way to do that. All right, what? We'll have to go over Mr. Curtis's head. But I thought Curtis was the head of operations. William Curtis is the operations manager. There's another federal agent who's been placed on the case who can be on the chain of command. His name's Lewis Parker. He'll find him at the diner. Everybody's always at the diner. Is Liz also going to be at the diner? Because I'm a little concerned if we see Liz. What do you know about Oscar? Doesn't know much more than us. He's been on the run since the tragedy at the hospital. Feds have... He has a wife? What? What? Hold up. Since when did Oscar have a wife? Feds have spoken to his wife several times, but she's refusing to cooperate. Apart from that, the searches have been fruitless. Something I don't understand. Why did Morrison come back to Greenhearth if he'd gotten out the outside? For one thing, we don't know exactly when Oscar left town. Maybe he managed to escape not long after the hospital and it took him 6 months to track you down. It's possible, but why has the Bureau restricted the search to the Greenhearth? Ah, that's simple, and it squares with the other question, too. The Bureau thinks he's got a reason to stay here. Suggest the Bureau knows all about the belt. Great, the Bureau knows all about the belt. Just what we wanted. Maybe not Curtis and his underlings. I don't think they'd have adequate clearance. But Parker... Okay. We can deal with this. Yes, that's got to be why Parker was rushed out as a special consultant. In the event of failure, Curtis could take the blame. But in the event of success, Parker will secure the item. Great. Just what we needed. That still doesn't tell me why Morrison came back. If you want my opinion, and it's a guess, Oscar needs the bell and to be here. But why? Why does he need it? What do we know about the foreman? It may surprise you, but absolutely nothing, I'm afraid. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Hold on. I need to turn another light on. Ugh. Sitting partially in the dark is making me very sleepy. Okay. The Bureau decided to let Oscar take the rap, including for the murders committed by the foreman. Officially, the man died many years ago in the fire at the hospital. Anyway, that's the version I've heard. Maybe Sheriff Walter could tell you more. Great. Sheriff Walter can tell us more. Alright, but what do we know about Agent Parker? What can you tell us? Okay. What can you tell me? Nothing. He can tell us nothing. They've never had an encounter. After the involvements at the hospital, he's placed under house arrest. Oh, shit. He's long past retirement age. Could he be linked to the Viracocha project? Considering what a fiasco that turned out to be, I'd be surprised if the Bureau kept anyone who'd been involved. Okay. And those who couldn't be fired were... Oh, shit. Okay. Right. So, this guy Parker, what's his... I wish we knew what his deal was. Let's go to Gianna. Ooh, she looks more rough around the edges, but I love the way she looks right now. I found her in the police station kitchen. It was weird seeing her out of her office. Her misgivings had turned out to be correct. She found herself at the mercy of the feds and having to account for everything that happened in the last 6 months. And for all that time, Oscar had been on the loose. Fox, just what the hell are you doing in Greenhearth? You don't know how much trouble I've had keeping you all out of this. Jody's been kidnapped. Jody? Your wife? Yes. It was Morrison, right? Yes, it was. But why would Morrison want you to come back? Alright, we're going to tell Jody about the bell. We're just going to tell everybody about the bell at this point. Do you remember that treasure hunt Arthur left us about the bells? Yeah, of course. In fact, you never told me. Oh my god, why can't I stop yawning today? You never told me what you found in the safe deposit box. Yeah, well, the box contained another bell. A very strange one. After the hospital, I took it with me. I don't know what it's for, but after everything I've seen here, I'm fairly certain it was the subject being researched by the Viracocha project. And here's the note Oscar left. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Have you shown this note to Curtis? I didn't know if I could trust him. You're right, he's a pencil pusher, but it doesn't mean he's not dangerous. So this bell, have you got it with you? Do we tell her yes or do we tell her no? She was someone who grew up with this. She was a child from the project. I don't know that we can trust her, but she's been pretty forthcoming with us so far. Yeah, we're going to tell her we have it. I hesitated as I was about to take it out of my pocket to show her, to give it to her to get rid of it, but I reconsidered as I recalled we were in the break room and anybody could walk in. She noticed my hesitation. You don't need to be afraid to talk. There's no chance we'll be disturbed at this time of day. Tell the truth and keep it with me at all times. I'm sure it's dangerous, but I don't know how to destroy it or how to get rid of it without taking risk. At least we've got a bargaining chip to get your wife back. All that matters is getting Jody. Taking her back safe and sound, and I'll do everything in my power to help you, Fox. You got a plan? First thing is to convince Curtis to help me. Didn't he believe you? Nope. Big fat nope, he did not. The problem is the note Oscar left me mentions the bell, so I can't show it to him. Have you seen Ernst Bull? Yep, he gave me a lead. He said a certain Agent Lewis Parker. He does have the authority to do that, but if I were you, I'd be careful. He's a dinosaur. He was posted in Greenhearth as a special consultant. He's smart and experienced, but there's something off about him. I don't know what exactly, but I intend to find out. Okay, so there's something off about the guy that Bull thinks we should trust. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. What is the status of the inquiry into Arthur's death? Bureau confirmed the suicide. Great. At least we know the truth. And we'll have to make do with that for now. They've just chosen a scapegoat in case they classify this case immediately, exactly like they did the first time. Arthur was prepared to do anything for the good of his patients. He didn't know he'd wake the foreman by trying to help Liz. I mean, that's true. He didn't know. He was just trying to do what a good therapist does. He was trying to do what a good therapist does. Or the strange bell would drive him insane. I mean, who knew that a bell could drive you insane? Who knew? Who knew? Do you think it's what happened at the end of the day? I mean, listen, I don't know what the hell happened. The man I knew would never take his life. As far as I'm concerned, his death is inextricably tied to that thing. I think that's the most believable explanation too. Okay, so we're in agreement. What's the progress on the foreman? Well, what I'm about to tell you. Oh my god, I've yawned so much today. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The feds have confirmed most of the patients were killed by one John Whiteman, one of the members of the Viracocha Project, who was reported as missing. What does that mean? Well, as you know, Adeline was killed by Morrison, right? We were there. We saw that. The Bureau's gone over the crime scenes with a fine-tooth comb with far greater means we had available, particularly the site of Raymond's death. Okay? They didn't find any fingerprints belonging to John or Liz, but they did lift some belonging to Oscar and Ettore Majorana. Who the fuck is that? I've heard that name. That name means something to you, doesn't it? It does. Remember the Oh, it's the fingerprints that we found after the fire. I forgot about that. The name of the Italian scientist who was supposed to be dead for decades and then suddenly came back. Does it mean that Oscar has an accomplice? I don't know, Fox. If that's the case, it seems very unlikely that we've never seen them up till now. It's a plausible theory that Oscar and this Ettore are sharing the same body. But it's two different sets of fingerprints. How can you share the same body but have two sets of fingerprints? I recall Pedro and his dual personality. Had he been joined with another person? Oh. So will they each have multiple people in them? What was the strange bell for? Is the bell supposed to split them apart? Had he been trying to help me, as he claimed since the beginning? Maybe we should have just listened to him and gotten the fuck out. What happened to Abel and Terry? They're at Greenhearth Hospital. Okay. Abel recovered quickly, but both of them refused to take medication while Morrison's on the loose. Oh, shit. Okay, so Crazy Kid is still crazy. And Terry, I don't know. He's probably still mad we put him in the room by himself. My security clearance has been significantly downgraded due to events. It's going to be no mean feat to get authorization if you feel like paying them a visit. Well, that's what we can talk to Parker for, right? So much darkness. Pushing the door of the family diner gave me a strange feeling. What was even stranger was the wildlife been invaded by men in dark suits. I thought of Liz, who loved this place so much. She'd been collateral damage in the Viracocha Project. I regretted not asking for having a more detailed description of Parker when a tall, thin man, his craggy face creased with deep lines. Oh, so he's looking for me. I guess he's old. I guess he's supposed to be old. Detective Fox, I presume. That's me. I'm glad to finally meet you, Detective. As you can tell, your reputation precedes you. I believe I've heard that you're here in search of your wife. What can I do to help you? I'm here to convince Curtis that my wife is here. I see. Curtis is a man of reason, as you must have realized when you met him. He won't move unless you bring him proof of what you claim. Unfortunately, I don't have any formal evidence. I understand your dilemma, Detective. Here's what I suggest. Mr. Morrison's wife, a delightful woman, by the way, refuses to help us. Obviously, she's been under high surveillance since her husband disappeared, but I could arrange a pass for you, if you see what I'm getting at. Well, 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 Grum, how you doing? How's it going? Yes, let's meet Morrison's wife. Parker seemed to be suggesting some kind of quid pro quo. That's fine. That's fine. Grum, how you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. If he's going to intercede with Curtis, do you think his wife's still in contact with him? I think it's a possibility. But... Leon! Leon! One day we'll play another Resident Evil game. Maybe. Maybe. But just let me warn you, I don't think Rose Morrison's confessions will be enough to get Curtis moving. You'll have to find something more substantial to offer him. Thanks. Why are you helping me? He's studying. Oh my god, I keep yawning. He studied me with a sharp stare, his face inscrutable for a long moment before he answered. There was something about him that made me deeply uncomfortable, but I couldn't define what it was. Oh, but that's obvious, Detective. As you've realized, Curtis's efforts ground to a halt months ago. If the Bureau is to ever get their hands on Oscar Morrison, the only solution seems to be a shake up the status quo. And if I'm to believe the incredible results from the last time you came to Greenhearth, everything suggests you're just the man for that job. Greenhearth was hanging by a thread. It would have snapped sooner or later. Grum, how was the rest of Strim? How was the rest of the Strim? And how's the rest of your day now that you didn't have work and you could relax? I'm not gonna lie, I ended up not playing Final Fantasy either. I did end up laying down in bed for a little bit with Leo and just cuddling and relaxing. So 14's gonna have to wait. It'll wait for another summer day off. Once I laid down, it was over. Once I laid down, which is probably why I'm yawning so much. Yeah. I laid down and Leo was there and Leo was like, "Hi mama, come cuddle me." And I was like, "Okay, I'll come cuddle the Leo." And then, yeah. Then the rest of the day was done. Well, I guess not done because here we are. But you know, it felt like it was done. So we said Greenhearth is hanging by a thread. Which was true, and this man said it still needed a spark to set off the powder, so to speak. And if you'd accepted that Petrovsky's death was a suicide, I'd guess things would have gone back to normal without much of a stir. It hadn't taken much for Gianna to let me investigate, but we're not going to remind him of that. We don't need to tell him that. What can we tell him? Tell me about Rose. Tell me about Rose. She's an unremarkable council worker who moved to Greenhearth around 15 years ago. There's nothing significant about her life except she's married to the survivor of the Vitacocha project. No police record. Until you arrived, they led a quiet life with their son Nathan in a little house near the forest. According to our investigations, the Morrisons are a solid couple. Mr. Morrison's cooperation with Curtis' team has been minimal. Mainly it's consisted of her telling us she's got no idea where her husband is. Great. So she thinks that he's on the run because the Bureau's after him? Also, wait, I just realized. Hold on. I didn't do the thing for Grum. Alright, Grum, what clip we getting? What do you think? Is it Sims? Is it Metopia? Is it Terraria? What are we getting? Let's see. Let's see what we get. Oh,
Petrus.
even better.
Control
Even
and R, it
better.
seems out, really.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's that time that you fell for it. Oh no, Grum. The control R. Not the control R. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's the clip that played. I'm sure you don't want to remember that time. I'm sorry. It's okay though. It's okay. Okay. Oh, okay. The survivor's memories only began to resurface with Petrovsky's death, and according to the psychological profile, Morrison probably chose to keep it a secret. So Parker is a professional. He knows everything about Rose and her relationship with Oscar. And you think she just talked to me. Alright, well, let's try to talk to Rose. We're not going to go to Curtis yet. Let's go to Rose. The Morrisons' home was as mundane as they come, the kind of house that lined the sidewalks for miles in residential areas all over. What was less mundane, however, was the police presence put there to keep watching the surroundings. They'd been waiting months for Oscar to make a mistake that never happened. He's too good. He's too good. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. I nodded to the car station in front of the house. The federal agents inside nodded back, confirming I could approach. Ah, okay. A woman watched my approach from the doorway. I could see a child through one of the first floor windows, so that must be their kid, Nathan. Just as I was about to enter the garden, she came to greet me. What do you want now? She's about 50. Oh, I could easily be wrong, so she could be younger. I already told you, I don't know where my husband is. Mrs. Morrison, I'm not with the feds. I'm a friend of Dr. Petrovsky's. You smashing? You smashing? I mean, she's literally she's a MILF then. Her son is in the window. Her son's in the window. What do you want to talk to me about it? Don't talk to me about that man. Everything was fine until he came to town. But he was trying to help Oscar. He was trying to help all his patients. All right, we got to redirect the conversation. Wait now. You're Ricky Fox, aren't you? I'm sorry. I thought... Let's not stay here. Follow me. How was your nap, Lars? How was your nap? I feel like I should have taken a nap because now I can't stop yawning. I've been trying to stop, but I can't. Once we were inside of the house, a child of around 10 came and nestled her, staring at me in strange insistence. Whoa, 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 whoa. You cannot blame me, Lars. I'm so sorry that I keep doing this, but you cannot blame me, Lars. I refuse to take the blame for this. I cannot. I cannot. Although what I might do is grab a soda real quick. It was your idea. I mean, listen. Hold on. You should nap. I mean, you should nap if you're tired. Yes. Yes. I still agree with this. I still agree that if you're tired, you should nap. Let's see if we get a hype Lars clip to hype us up. Let's get one. Hype Lars. Hype Lars.
Oh, it's back there. No! No!
See? Hype Lars.
No!
Yes.
Don't despawn. Don't despawn.
Oh, don't despawn. I don't know what you're talking about, but don't
Come
do it.
here. Hey, let's go.
Hey. Why are you deleting your shiny clips? Why? Hold on, I'm gonna... Where did my thing go? Boo! Ah! I had to grab a soda. I need a little extra caffeine today. King. I don't know why that coffee didn't get me through the day. I don't know why. Oh, you just calling out to Lars as your boo. Okay, I see how it is. I've got the ring on my finger, but you call out to Lars as the boo. It's fine. Did the king have... You mean, did he eat? He had breakfast because I made him breakfast. Does that count? I did, in fact, make him breakfast. I mean, it was toast, but, you know. It's still foods. It's still noms. Oops. Fine. Okay, back to the game. Our son, Nathan. Okay, so that's Nathan. Okay, so we said hello, young man, but we get no reaction. Is something wrong with Nathan? Look, Mr. Fox, Oscar told me that I can trust you. Wait, what? He kidnapped our wife, but he's telling people that we can, what? Okay. Okay. What is happening here? What is happening here? Oscar told me I can trust you. That's the only reason I let you into our home. Oscar told you that. Really? Yes, it might seem odd to you considering what happened later, but ever since you came to town 6 months ago, my husband took a liking to you. He told me he wanted to help you, and he'd hope you help him too. Well, now I'm just surprised. That's difficult to believe. You know, Oscar's always been an artist, an eccentric. It's a side to him that I always found refreshing, even if it can be a little wearing on a daily basis. At the time, I didn't pay it much attention. But what you're saying makes no sense. How do you explain that to your husband? Wait, not in front of my son. Okay, so then why didn't you send him away before? You waited till now to send him away? Listen, also, he's 10 years old. He knows his dad ain't all that innocent. He's autistic. Oscar took such care of him. Since he's been gone, it's been hard. Okay, yeah, well. He'd made so much progress. But you're not here about that. Yes, I heard your wife had been kidnapped and that you think it was my husband. I don't understand why the police are trying to blame him for everything that happened in Green Hearth. My Oscar? My Oscar wouldn't do any of that. Well, your Oscar might not be the one that's in control, lady. Your Oscar might be the one that took over, after the experiment. The Oscar that's here might be pre-experiment Oscar. Hello, Prince Douglas Charles. How you doing? What's poppin'? How's life? How's life? Now you want me to catch crimes where he didn't commit? You're right. I finished my Civ 6
That is a shame.
That is a shame. I finished it earlier. I won as Montezuma. He left me a note claiming responsibilities. It's strange. I recognize his writing in parts, but it's as if certain words were written by somebody else. Yeah, we were all playing earlier. It's fine. It's fine. I'm worried, Mr. Fox. Miss Morrison, I know your husband wasn't responsible for Trusky's death, and he's not responsible for most of the murders committed here, but he is responsible for stealing my wife. This has gone on for 6 months. It's never ending. I know you're worried about your wife, but my son needs his father too. Okay, but I have a son too, and he's way younger, okay? I was busy being a human. I'm glad that you were being a human. That's good. I'll tell him, I promise. Ask me whatever you want. I'll answer. What was Oscar like before Petrovsky? He was a wonderful man. He was funny, kind, considerate. I met him not long after I arrived in town. We hit it off being away. Wow. I read Doug's being human and I said being away. I can't look at things at the same time. He was living on a generous allowance from our government as compensation for the accident at the hospital, so he pursued his painting. I knew he had a chronic psychiatric illness, but over the years it stabilized. After 2 years, we got married, and the year later, Nathan arrived. Oscar is an amazing father. He would have done anything for his son. After Nathan was diagnosed, he never gave up, quite the reverse. I don't know how I would have coped without him. And then Petrovsky, and with him, everything just fell apart. I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Everything fell apart? When did you last see Oscar? 6 months ago. You haven't seen your husband in 6 months? Bruh! He arrived with some radio equipment. He was very upset. So probably whatever he got from the lab. Told me he had to hide, that everyone was after him. I was very worried. For weeks I'd watched his mental state deteriorating. I didn't know what to do to help. He moved into the bunker. Where the fuck's the bunker? Then he disappeared. That's what I told the federal agents, and it's the truth. He hasn't even tried to contact his wife. He hasn't even tried to contact his wife. Okay, so she thinks it looked like old radio equipment, but she didn't fully know. He muttered something about triangulating a signal, and it was important to Ettore. Okay, that name keeps coming up. One of his former colleagues. Okay. In fact, since Petrovsky arrived, he begun to remember his past, the one he lost at the fire. Uh-huh. It's true that remembering it all seemed to be painful for him, but I thought it was a good thing. I thought he needed it, that it was a rough patch. Okay, so she just wanted him to be his whole self. And clearly that backfired. Backfired really poorly. When you saw he was so upset, didn't you contact anyone? Well, yeah, I guess who was she going to contact?
Was I promised a feast? What's this feast?
Not, what do kings eat?
Whatever they want.
They eat feast. Yada was asking if you ate.
Oh, I had toast earlier.
That's what I said. I said you at least had breakfast. He literally clarified this.
I was on the phone still.
Asking if you ate or not. Said feast because that's what kings do. They feast.
Is 2 pieces of toast a feast?
2 pieces of toast is not a feast. You heard it here, Yada. He doesn't know what to tell you. If you're still there, Yada, because I know you said you were going to sleep soon.
Boy wasn't hungry.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair.
I was, but
Wow, he was, but he wasn't hungry, folks. I don't know how to dissect that. I don't know how to untangle that one. I figured it'd still be pretty warm. The only doctor had died and had been replaced. It was getting late. Nathan was in bed. When he said he had to hide in the bunker, I let him. Maybe you shouldn't have let him hide in the bunker. Maybe that was a bad idea. Figured it could wait till tomorrow, and then I heard about what happened. Hashtag forever hungry. No, you shouldn't be forever hungry. I definitely almost dropped my mic on me. Don't mind me, guys. Don't. Ooh, okay. You just stay there. All right. No, not forever hungry. Poor Liz, poor Pedro, killed by my husband. That's impossible. Well, it could be possible. Could be possible. When the federal agents arrived, he'd gone. And tell me about this bunker. Tell me about this bunker. Also, hold on. No, not that one. I don't have music that is that'll work with this, but there's like no music right now, so we're just gonna play random music in the background. It's super low though. I just need something. I need something besides the silence and the sound of my own voice. It's a fallout shelter from the 1950s. Okay. And Oscar hid down there for the first few days after he escaped. He stayed for a few days. I took him his meals. When the federal agents arrived, he just vanished without even saying goodbye. He wanted to leave before they locked down the town, and I haven't seen him since. Can I go to the bunker? Maybe I'll find some clues. Okay, the agents haven't searched anything, but I'm no agent. Can I go now? Oh, I can ask what the plans are. Okay, so he didn't tell her anything about the plans. What did he say? He stopped as soon as he heard me. Oh, but he kept saying my name. He kept saying my name multiple times. That's not great. The last time I saw him, it was as if the Oscar I knew again. That's when he told me I should trust you if something happened. Great. Great, 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 great. He told me everything would be fine, and I believed him. I don't know if you should have done that. She seemed resigned. Well, yeah, now she's taking care of a kid all by herself. Let's search the bunker. Had no difficulty finding the door to the bunker. You go inside a trapdoor at the end of the garden, just like she told me. The interior was typical of these constructions that have been built all over the country. A bunk bed, a table, some food. Would have been surprised if all the... wouldn't have been surprised if they all had one. Okay. There were signs of recent occupation. Is he staying here without letting her know? Let's see. What is a sign of recent occupation? A notebook. It's impossible the feds would have left this here. So Oscar had to have been back. And he's trying to find coordinates to triangulate the signal. There's an equation that's been circled, but I have no idea what it means. Okay. There's not a specialist, Terry or Abel, but they're at the hospital and we don't know how to see them. Is this a picture? Okay, that's not for us to look at. What else could we look at? Something else on the table. a cell phone. The battery's dead, but has a GPS system. So if we charge it, maybe we can see where he's been. Still need help from the feds to unlock it and get location history. Okay, okay. Starting to get a better picture of Morrison. Everything led me to believe that he's obsessed by Ettore. Like with Liz and the foreman, maybe it was Ettore who killed Adeline and stole the equipment. Could he have really been trying to help me from the start? The clues would help me form a plan of action. Had Oscar kept Jody here? Well, we don't know where he's kept. They're probably at the hospital again or something. Is there anything we can ask her? No. Let's go to Agent Parker. I need to scan the contents of this phone. Okay. Alright, this should be enough to help Curtis help us. Come back in a little bit, he'll have results. Can I go to the hospital? I guess you know they're at Green Earth Hospital and they're close surveillance. Why do you want to see them? Because I've got questions for them. Why do you need to know? Let's talk about the notebook. I'd like to ask them about this. I mean, I get why Parker has to ask us so much, but like, sir, they might be able to help you. Show that to our head of operations. Great. Great. You should expect him to justify. Great. Great, 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 great. So I still have to talk to Curtis. I want to go see Smith and Graham. Access to the survivors is very restricted. Well, I need you to unrestrict it for me, okay? I could make an exception, but you'll have to explain why. Alright, so listen, here's the thing. This guy's wife told me this stuff, and then I found this stuff, and now there's this notebook, so I need to go talk to them. I'll let security know they should allow you to visit. Let's go! I get to talk to them. They haven't been cooperative with the Bureau, but maybe they'll be cooperative with you. That's right, they will. Let's pay them a visit. Greenheart's new hospital was modern concrete, which had been hastily built after the fire. Oh, now we have music again. We've got music again. After I introduced myself at reception, they took me down some corridors. A few minutes later, Abel and Terry came in. Ricky, this is a surprise. Has the nice detective come back to save us? Abel didn't seem much different than the last time I seen him, but Terry had lessened. Every movement seemed to cause him pain. Oh, shit. If you were wondering what happens when we stop taking our meds for too long, here's the result. Why refuse the treatment, then? To be helpful for the nice detective's investigation. We didn't want to forget our past again, at least not while Oscar's on the loose. So the feds have put us under observation here. But you didn't come here to listen to us moaning. We heard about your wife. What can we do to help? Okay, so, I mean, Terry legit wants to help us, which is pretty great. That's pretty nice of him. Oscar took some radio equipment during the events. Does that mean anything to you? I don't know. I was just head of security and everything was classified. There was a department called Applied Radio Astronomy on the top floor. We got no idea what they were doing there. Maybe the man in the hat was trying to call the star people. What, the star people? Yes, the star people left some things. The Batman and his friends with the eyes everywhere found them, and they used them on us to try to understand them. And now we hear the echoes of the stars. The man in the hat hears them. I hear them too, very loud, because the man used the strange bell I gave to the doctor on me. And so we can see ourselves on the equipment, know where we are. Hi Yoshi, thank you for the self-care is best care, appreciate that. Thank you for the stretch and the hydration. How was the Elden Rings? How was the Elden Rings? I may or may not have clipped your conspiracy theory about the extra month. Don't worry about it though. Don't worry about it. You know, that's fine. That's fine. Just know that it's a thing. Just know that it's a thing.
Nah, he's gonna die. The poison. I just need to drag this out.
For a hot second, I was like, is this from
I
today?
am a victorious bitch. Woohoo!
How's the rest of your stream, Yoshi? How's the rest of the stream? Let me just close this out real quick. Okay. Alright, let's see. Can we comprehend this information? Oops. So Oscar's trying to locate someone with his radio equipment. Yes, maybe when we hear the stars can hear us. I'm sorry, Mr. Nice Detective. I don't know how to explain it better. Alright, Terry's just as confused as we are, which is good. Sorry, buddy, but he's lost me too. Abel looked hurt. He was trying his best, but his best was still pretty vague. So we got the calculations that we gave to the feds. Maybe that's something to do with them? Let's hope so. Because if there's one thing I was sure of, whatever Oscar's up to, it's no good. My visit hasn't helped me. The questions were still... Well, can I ask more questions? What does Abel mean by the star people? Are they people from outer space? I mean, it's crazy, but everything in Greenhearth is crazy. Couldn't really hang around. I could tell they were glad to see a familiar face and to escape just for a short while from their routine. I didn't know then that that was the last time I'd see them. No! That's it? I don't get to see them again? Come on, man. Alright, so we got nothing to say to you. Curtis? Nothing to say to you. Can I see my phone now? Oh, beautiful. Got the results of the phone analysis. It is Oscar's phone. We matched the fingerprints from the phone. We've been able to recover his itinerary. He did go into your home in the time window. Yup. I knew it. I knew he stole my wife. And what has he been doing during these 6 months? It appears he was getting closer to you, but very carefully, avoiding the major highways and getting around on foot. Knew he was wanted and that the slightest mistake would lead to his imprisonment. Once his plan was accomplished, he stole a vehicle and came straight back here. How do you know he managed to come here without getting caught? That's something we don't know. There's another gray area. He's obsessed. His only goal has been to get me to return to Greenhearth. What does he want? He wants the bell. He wants the bell. We should have just left the bell here, and then we wouldn't have to deal with all this bullshit. No, I don't know what he wants, but I'd like to find that out too. Parker watched me with his keen gaze as though he suspected something and waited for me to confess. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Well, let's hope we get to the bottom of this mystery. Curtis already knows, but I think it'd be wise for you to pay him a visit to figure out what to do next. Okay, so now we go to Curtis. Now we're going to Curtis. We got the proof that Jody was kidnapped. Curtis knows that we're not bullshitting him. So now his self-arrogance is now downtrodden remorse. Good. Because the longer that you don't believe me, the longer my wife is out there. And this is all your fault, Curtis. She could have been found by now, but no, Curtis had to think that I was lying. Detective Fox, my team has sent over their conclusions about the phone. On behalf of the agency, I want to extend my deepest apologies. I should have never doubted your honesty. You've made me lose precious time. You must be aware that the first 48 hours of a kidnapping are crucial, and I've had to spend most of those times convincing you to get involved. From now on, you have the Bureau's complete support. We'll do everything in our power to get your wife back to you safe and sound. And I'd like to officially invite you to join the team and help us apprehend Oscar Morrison. Great. Now I get to work with the Bureau. Great. I accept your invitation. I don't trust him, but I accept the invitation. The notebook you found in Morrison's bunker is promising, but we need more time. Great. We'll meet up tomorrow morning when we have results. I went back to the hotel for the night. I didn't know how much Oscar was responsible for the kidnapping and how much this Ettore Majorana was, but my determination to make them pay hadn't wavered in the face of this path full of obstacles that kept me from finding my wife. I didn't know what their plans were either. I thought of the bell, the star people, the creature. It's all connected, I know that now. Wherever she was, I hope Jody was okay. I finally sank into a dreamless sleep late in the night. The next day I was woken up early. Well, you know what, King? It's not my fault that you don't dream. Woken up early by a call from the sheriff. The hospital had been set on fire? No, that's what happened to Abel and Terry. I won't get to do my weird gremlin voice again. It was too soon to establish a death toll, but there was still hope for Terry and Abel, who were, for the time being, among the missing. The Bureau had once again failed to protect 2 of the last survivors of the project. I went to the police station. I hoped there'd be some good news. You know there's not any good news. Jonna and Bull seemed to have been called in too and were already there. A map of the town is pinned to the wall and zones were highlighted. The notebook beginning to Oscar Morrison that you found has been analyzed by our scientific team. Apparently, it's possible to triangulate the position of the survivors using radio equipment. Great. Great. So he was finding the survivors. Beautiful. Beautiful. Why are they... You know what? You know what? For someone... I'm so sorry. For someone who runs just a hotel, Ernest is asking the right questions. How come survivors are visible with radio waves? It's connected to the experiments that were carried out during the project. The survivors were treated for mental and psychiatric problems. Can't go into details because it's classified. Of fucking course. But the calculations allowed him to establish that the survivors give off radio signals with radar waves. Why would Morrison want to find the last survivors? Especially when we know where they are. He didn't know about Abel and Terry in the hospital. Okay, but he could have found that pretty quick. Are we sure it's Morrison who set fire to the hospital? It does correspond to his usual MO. It does indeed, Mr. Bull. We've determined that Oscar was behind the fire at the morgue and everything suggests with new evidence. It was... Okay, see, but y'all just be throwing evidence around with no actual... Like, what new evidence? What new evidence do you have? Explain. Petrovsky's former patients threaten his plans. Plans we don't know anything about. Atori must be trying to find the bell, so why is he so intent on the former patients instead of the bell in my possession? Unless he's eliminating other potential threats. But the other ones don't seem to care about the bell, or they're not looking for the bell that I have. So this still doesn't make sense. I wasn't going anywhere until I found my wife, and he must believe that Gianna, Ernest, and I wouldn't represent a danger. But who does it toll for? For you. Just for you, King. The bell only tolls for you. Okay, let's look at a map. Signal A, signal B. Curtis was expecting us to ask him about them. The fuck is this weak signal? Ask not for whom the bone bones, it bones for thee. King booting up that sieve again. I see you. I see you. Probably a detection artifact. There's no point. It was weak. Huh. Huh. But if it's weak, it could still be something. Okay. It matches the position of Arthur's cabin. I gotta go lose my match. You might not lose. You might not lose. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So that's the cabin. B is the hospital. Started the readings. Oh, during the night before the fire. This corresponds to where Abel and Terry were. Okay. And maybe even Oscar at that point. And then signal A is... What's there? Been a Catholic mission. The monks who take care of the place are self-sufficient. They don't get mixed up in town business. So why is there Stephen Lloyd? Oh, the one who went missing. Okay. He'd been the first the Bureau had lost trace of before Abel went back to the hospital and before Arthur took up his post in Greenberg. That would make sense. If Lloyd has indeed found refuge in the monastery, everything suggests that that's Oscar's next target. That would make sense. So now we have to go to the monastery to see if we can find Stephen Lloyd before Oscar gets to him. Okay. So... the sheriff's going to come with us, and then the guy who works at the hotel that doesn't really have anything to do with anything. Okay. Bring me Stephen Lloyd safe and sound. What if Ernest is actually Stephen Lloyd? No, I guess the others would know him. I guess they would know him. For the time being, the bodies of Abel and Terry haven't been found, so if it turns out they survived, we'll have to organize an extraction. Okay. Or it turns out they survived. Okay, okay. Into the sheriff's car and onto the old Franciscan mission. The neo-Gothic architecture style was remnant of the East Coast gargoyles, bas-relief angels, and other oddities, but spooky. It was too close to Greenhearth to become a tourist attraction. The monks who lived there left in peace, and references to the building had been removed from maps of the region. So this is where is this going to be where like the thing lives? Let's search the abbey. Found ourselves in the cloister, several monks going around their business. Tried to speak to them to gain some information, but do they speak back? Figured he must be a higher rank. Father. What is this intrusion into the house of the Lord? We had an agreement with Greenhearth. Some of my brothers have made a vow of silence and isolation. This is unacceptable. You're unacceptable, sir. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it. We're looking for Stephen Lloyd. I'm sorry, my son, but Stephen Lloyd is no longer here. No longer here, which means he was here at some point, and now you're telling us that he's not here anymore. But I don't know that I believe you, sir. There's no point in insisting without the proof of the gravity of the situation. Okay, what about you? What you gotta say? He looked mildly irritated. Damn. What do you want now? What do you mean now? What are you trying to say? You saying that other people have asked questions? I don't know if I should talk to you, but I think Father Diego. Who's Father Diego? First, he welcomed a woman in a hat. She was injured, but had... Okay. All of these town people have invaded our space. It's very upsetting. Oh. So, have other people come here? He has to unburden himself. He has a lot to do. Okay. So, a woman in a hat. Interesting. Interesting. Is this the person I can talk to all the way down? He hurried down a corridor. Nope, time to run. But he vanished. Okay, we went to the monk cells. Rather imposing monk just standing out here. Good morning, brother. Brother? Oh, is he one that took a vow of silence? Can we find Father Diego? You sheltered a wounded woman. Is this the one that was shot in the alleyway? Iris? Is this Iris? Did she tell you her name? Jill? Did we meet a Jill? I don't know if we met a Jill. She was covered in bruises with at least one broken rib. Is it Liz? Did Liz somehow get here? We had to use an empty cell while she healed, because she jumped out the window. I didn't ask any questions, but she didn't come to confess. Bruises, a broken rib, it looked like domestic violence. Not the first time we received women in that situation. She was back on her feet, she left. Gave her the address to the Covenant of Sisters of Quiet Mercy. Okay, would the Covenant let you know if she turned up there? Probably not. Okay, so that could be Liz, who made her way there. Yep. Couldn't believe how she would have survived that fall. I mean, there's lots of things that could have happened for her to survive that fall. Inez, but I thought Inez was shot. I thought Inez was shot. Alright, Ernest has something to say to us. Apparently there's insurrection brewing among the feds. What's happening? There's a secret faction within the feds posted to Greenhearth. They're cooking something up. Curtis, I can't see Curtis turning against the hierarchy. Nah, me neither. They leap into action as soon as they've traced. As soon as they've traced the bell, Parker would want to get a hold of it. We gotta stay on our toes. Could you drop a quiet word in the sheriff's ear? I'm gonna keep an eye when you found Stephen Lloyd. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Watch yourself. Everything might look under control, but the situation can get messy really fast. Gianna, listen. I found a way into the cellar. There's some interesting things. Don't you want to come with me? She doesn't want to come with me to the cellar? Okay, fine. If there's anything else, we know where to find her. Bull wanted me to warn you. He thinks there's an uprising. Oh, but she's been afraid. So she's not surprised by an uprising. She's not surprised by this. We know how reliable his information is. Curtis is behaving like a Boy Scout. And Parker, I don't know. Something shady. I'm not sure about him either. I'm glad for the help, but I'm not sure about him. Or just have to be on guard. Okay. Come get me, and we'll be his escort. Okay. There's a cell guarded by a monk. I think Steve is inside, but we'll have to persuade him. Alright. Not a diplomatic win. Wait, so what did you win with? Oh, you won with diplomacy, not with culture. Culture is hard. I feel like culture is really hard to win with. Let's search the Abbey cellar. It's gloomy, vaulted cavern, badly lit. Agent Parker, who was already there, seems to take note of each tiny detail. Ah, Detective Fox, I see that you've sniffed out the place where some promising clues may be hidden. I was slated to win culture in 25, but that could shift. That could shift too. Unfortunately, my investigating days are behind me and I have to stand ready to order my team just as soon as Morrison shows his face. We found some radio equipment. We may reasonably conclude that Morrison is here. Be very careful. And then he just straight up leaves. Okay, see, now, be very careful. What is this on the floor? It's a sketch. It's a sketch by Oscar Morrison's hand. As if he's trying to tell me where to go. What are all these symbols on the wall? A strange symbol drawn in blood. Could have something to do with Steven or a Torre. Is this another symbol or is this... Oh, that's just a shadow then. Is this blood on the floor? Wait. There's blood on the pillar! It's a physical altercation. Okay. Who is here? We haven't found the body. This could only be enough. This may not be enough, but there's a body. Somewhere. Somewhere. A monk was sweeping and muttering. Is everything alright, brother? Look at the image I'm presenting of our monastery. I shouldn't be complaining when there are strangers. You don't like sweeping? You don't like sweeping? I don't like sweeping either. It's fine. Who's brother Jeremiah? Tell him I was complaining. I don't understand why he gets preferential treatment. This time it's supposed to be because of the police. Wait, so is Jeremiah really Steven? Please excuse me. I shouldn't be... No. Tell me more. Come back. Brother Jeremiah was probably in the guarded cell with Stephen Lloyd behind the alias. That's my guess. That's my guess. Jeremiah is really Stephen. Alright, fine. We talked to Parker first. Someone drew a symbol in blood. That mean anything to you? Really? You can't see that symbol in blood? That shit is big as hell. This connects to a former member of the Viracocha Project. He's supposed to be... Oh. This is a Tory again? I see you're better informed. I'm a hella well informed. You need to start telling me everything you know, sir. I know everything. I know a lot. Maybe not everything, but I know a lot. Ettore Majorna and Oscar Morrison are two faces of the same entity. They are the same person. Ettore was put to sleep. Okay. As you may have realized, the people who participated in the hospitals all developed a personal tic. The tic allowed them to establish their personality and keep control. Ah, okay. Ettore drew the symbol to avoid Oscar Morrison retaining command. Okay. So what do you think of this drawing from Oscar? It responds to Oscar's, but if he was interrupted suddenly, because Ettore probably tried to take over control. It's not good for us. Majorana is dangerous and unstable. Great. Great. Beautiful. Misty! Hi, Misty. How you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. It do be the
Reach
Misty.
it when I'm playing games, but I can't pause the game.
Five Nights at Fridays.
And I'm worried when I... No, where are you? Chemtree. No.
Do penguins have knees?
Oh god, no.
I don't know. Do they have
Okay,
knees?
we're good, right?
No?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Are you sorry though, Misty? Are you sorry? Yelling. It's all good. It's all good. But how you doing? So tired. It's gotta be late for you, right? It's like... Is it almost 1 a.m.? Is it almost 1 a.m.? How's Baloo? Is Baloo sleeping with you? Midnightish? Is it midnightish? I am very sorry. You're good. You're all good. You're all good. You are fine. You are fine. And we're in an ad break. I'm sorry. I apologize for the ad break. That's what I thought. I thought Misty was 6 hours ahead. That's what I thought. I'm so smart knowing time zones. These are these are the things that I remember. I don't know why I remember time zones. Baloo is sleepy. Baloo deserves the best sleep. The best sleep. I attached one sleep. You got this, Yeti. I believe. I believe. Help. Listen. Everyone does their thing when it comes to the noms, okay? Sometimes you stir the food. Sometimes you just stay out of the way, okay? Everybody has their role. Don't judge him for helping with the stirring of the food. Don't judge him. Don't judge him. That's rude. That's rude. Was about to say. What? Everybody's got their thing, King. Everybody's got their thing, all right? Damn. But Misty, did you sleep in late, Misty? Or are you just like, are you one of those people that is like, I can function on 4 hours of sleep? I once saw my BF stir food. See? See? Some people can stir the food. Some people just have to get the hell out the kitchen. It's fine. I cut veggies too. See? See, Yeti sometimes cuts so he can stir the food and cut the veggies. I see nothing wrong with this. I see nothing. You're okay. That's why I was like, you might just be one of those people that just functions on like no sleep. I can function on I need sleep. I'm not gonna say that I barely sleep, but I can function on some sleep. Function is a big word. You can get by on little sleep though. You can get by on little sleep. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, King, maybe Shaka just wants to be your friend. Maybe you just need to be Shaka's friend. Did you ever think of that? Maybe in Civ 6 you just need to be Shaka's friend. Just drink Red Bull and Jesus take the wheel. I don't like the taste of Red Bull. I'll have lots of soda. I'll have some coffee, but no Red Bull. No, he doesn't. Well, how do you know that, King? Have you tried to befriend him? You know, if Shaka is not in the next Civ game, you might just end up missing him. You might just end up missing him. You don't know. You don't know. King has been on the Civ grind recently. I don't know if I feel like I haven't had too many games with Shaka in mind. Okay, sleep. Okay, get some sleep, Misty. Get some sleep. Give Baloo all the head pats. All the lovin's to Baloo. Thank you for popping in. I hope you are doing well. Just realized I spent an hour touching the... No! Yeti, no! No, Yeti, that can't be true. That can't be true. No. No. Good night, Misty. Good night. Give Baloo the head pats and the hugs and the love and all the loves. I hope you don't have to redo... Does that mean you have to redo the whole thing, Yeti? I feel like you shouldn't even have to stir the food now. You shouldn't even have to stir the food. No stirring. No stirring. Who is texting me right now? Oh my god! I thought I texted you to stop texting me. I'm tired of all the political ads that keep texting me. Go away. How many times do I have to say stop? How many times I gotta tell you stop? Yes! Yes, King, every time. And I keep saying stop. And I never get the confirmation that they're gonna stop. Like, what the hell? And then I get other ones. I'm like, I don't even know your name. I don't even know how you got my information. Stop it. Okay, back to the game. Back to the game. Lloyd was high up in the hierarchy. He's one of the masterminds and the founding fathers of the project. Great. Is he the Tilkix? No. Okay, he's directly under Tilkix. Okay. So, who is it? Of course, but you're barking up the wrong tree. The alias died with the project. Great. Well, what if I just still want to know? What if I just still wanted to know? Father Diego, let me meet Stephen Lloyd. I know you want to protect the people, but let me speak with him, okay? Let me speak to Brother Jeremiah. Where'd you hear that name? Don't worry about it. I heard it. I know things. Why everybody's always asking me where I heard these things? I know things. It's guarded by one of the brothers besides the cloister, isn't it? Look, just let me in, and I'll get out of here and be out of your hair real quick, okay? You have a dangerous person here, And the only way to save your monks is to allow me to get him. What you suggest is very serious, my son. You can see for yourself. And if I let you meet Brother Jeremiah, do you guarantee that you and the rest of the agents will leave the monastery? I guarantee it. I'll let Brother Robert ask. All right, Brother Robert's gonna let us pass. If I do indeed have a wounded monk, I must organize a search to find him. Okay, we can finally meet Stephen Lloyd. And back to the cell. The monk got it. Okay. A hooded monk crossed the threshold. I could see that the left side of his face was disfigured, like old burn scars. Brother Jeremiah? Good day, my son. Yes, I am Brother Jeremiah, and I greet you in Christ's peace. Brother, I wish to speak with Stephen Lloyd. I'm sorry, but it has been a long time since Stephen Lloyd has inhabited this fleshly body. Whether you're Stephen Lloyd or Brother Jeremiah, you're in danger. Ettore Majorana is looking for you. He wants to eliminate all the survivors of the project. What you say has no meaning for me, my son. I am at peace, and I am ready to die. If our Lord Jesus Christ decided to call me to him, who am I to oppose his divine will? If you want to talk to Stephen, you will have to retrieve him. For that, you must sing the music of sinners and sunrise. The music of sinners and sunrise. Yes. Go, my son, and come back when you have found it. I recall a discussion with Parker. Stephen Lloyd would have done something for his personality to take control. Something, but what? What is the music of sinners and sunrise? Let's go to the cellar. Is there anything here that we missed? Oh, is somebody else hurt? Oh, it's a harmonica. Would this play the music of sinners and sunrise? Oh, we sure as shit can try. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, King? Do you think the harmonica is the music of sinners and sunrise? Yeah, what's this? Number 42. Hydrate. I got you, Yada. I got you. Pickpocket the paper. Almost as bad as banjos. You should ask Barry. You should ask Barry if it's the music of sinners and sunrise. What's this on the floor? Sheet of parchment, which is the Psalm number 23. What? Am I wrong? Am I wrong, King? The Psalm of the music of sinners. You're not. Thank you. Thank you. My son. Let's play the harmonica. Give me that. You don't know how to play. Brother Jeremiah took the instrument, lowered his hood, and began to play House of the Rising Sun, considering his harmonica was confiscated. Sinners and sunrise, I'm saying. Stephen Lloyd? Yes. Who are you, and why have you woken me? I'm Detective Ricky Fox, investigating the Viracocha project. The Viracocha project? I don't want to talk about that. Who do you think I took the habit and buried the personality so deeply beneath Jeremiah's that it hasn't emerged for years? You're in danger. I've been in danger ever since I took the disastrous decision to take part in that accursed project. What's changed that you decide now to wake me? Ettore Majorana has kidnapped my wife and is killing all the survivors of the project. There's only you left. Ettore Majorana? That paper pusher? Certainly not. But you can see the dread in his eyes before he got himself. That creature. It was hiding in Wait, there's a creature hiding in him? Wait, so there's a third one? This is the second person to mention the existence of a creature. Hold on. What stuff about a creature? And you don't even know. We all thought it died in the fire, but it turns out it survived, assuring my safety is the least of your worries. If it gets the hands on an object, we're all screwed. All screwed, you hear me? Calm down, Mr. Lloyd. Explain it to me. Okay. I'm sorry. I got all carried away. You know the risk you're running. Ask me anything you want. I'll try to throw some light onto this. Tell me about this creature, bro. It was an entity that was asleep in the object. When we began our research, we broke it and freed it. We didn't realize it at the time. We tried to act, but it was too late. Where's it come from? Another dimension. There are 2 wolves, and one of those wolves has a thing for electro ladies. King, would you like to dispute this? Would you like to dispute that? Seeing my skepticism, Lloyd added, "Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm aware of how implausible it sounds. But I imagine you've seen enough strange occurrences to be able to appreciate the gravity of what I'm saying. Anyway, strictly speaking, we never managed to establish contact, but it became quickly apparent that this was not Pacific. After the fire at the hospital, we hoped it had perished, but there is a chance it managed to change host. What are its plans?" Not exactly. But in my opinion, its main objective is the same as every species: to survive. Bearing in mind that it has no way of reproducing, my hypothesis is that it will try to make contact with its own. So it's just going to try to find other ones like it. How would it go contacting its own? By radio signal. It would have to find the right place and the right time to send the signal, and it would need the object. So he took the radio equipment so that he could send the signal to find other ones like him. Who is beside Kiltrix? It's the director. Okay, it was overseen by Secret Services, but the Bureau insisted on having their piece. The center was joined by an ambitious high flyer. Okay, so I feel like this is not going to mean anything for us. Don't know if that'll help much. I guess here. Oh, shit! Lewis Parker is Tiltrix. Tilkix. Ah, shit. He's here as a special consultant. I don't give you much for your chances. He'll want the object back. Fuck, we told him we have it. I gather it's you who's got it, and no, I don't want anything with the damn thing. Better be doubly careful, and here's the best of luck. Oh, fuck. What does it do? We found it during the work on the dam. It unearthed a strange archaeological site. We're getting closer to the Eldritch Horrors. Let's go. The work was stopped and a research team were sent in. Archaeologists did their job. Okay. The old hospital. The site was a medical center as a front. The research took... It looked like a bell. Okay, yeah, we have the bell. We have the bell. Increase their physical... Wait. The fusion of living beings, slowing their aging and increasing their resistance to disease. The dominant personality had to remain permanently in control or cooperate to share the control. Like the foreman? John Whiteman? Yeah, but we stopped him. He chose to kill himself rather than be arrested. Okay. The foreman's object was to eliminate this creature. He had no choice but to act alone, eliminating one of the hosts, which was Liz. So Liz is probably dead. Why is the creature going after the survivors? We must constitute a threat to its plan. So we have to use the survivors to stop it, and yet all these survivors just keep dying off. Great. Great. This is really helpful. My associates are ready, if you would. I have no intention. Sir, we need you. We can try to save you. I'm going to give back... Oh, okay. Alright, so he's okay with dying. He's okay with dying. He doesn't care. Go in Christ's peace, my son. I hurried to meet them in the cloister. It was Bull who I saw. Felt a hooded shadow brush against me. The shadow grabbed Ernest by the collar. I could make out Morrison's face. Cold and distant, because we're looking at Ettore. You were lucky the hospital was us over. I grasped him and pulled his shoulder to make him release Ernest. As he swept beside me... Oh shit, he took the bell, didn't he? He was no longer Oscar, but Ettore. He held the bell in his hand. He took it out of my pocket. He took it out of my pocket! You gave me more of a run for my monies than I expected, but the path ends here and now. Was it the creature speaking through Majora's mouth? Was it able to communicate? Ettore, or perhaps I should say the thing, turned, causing Bull to stumble and throwing him onto me as if it was nothing but a wisp of straw. And it raised the bell above its head, making it ring. The air seemed to harmonize with a strange frequency, and the unspeakable happened. Ernest's face seemed to melt into my arms, forming a misshapen clump of flesh beneath my stupefied gaze. There was pain, but adrenaline as shock held us back as I watched, impotent, the unthinkable. We fell screaming to the ground, Ernest, me, not knowing where one began and the other ended. The federal agents arrived in a run, its small groups alerted by our cries. Discovering the grotesque monster that Ernest and I had become, one of them took aim. If they decided to open fire, we were done for. Everything that happened next happened very fast. Gianna appeared behind the agent who was preparing to fire should come from nowhere. In one precise movement, she disarmed him, snatching his weapon away and neutralizing him with the butt of the gun before drawing her own service weapon. The other feds didn't have time to react to this threat. They collapsed one after another as the sheriff's lethal bullets, rapid and precise, took them out. Son of a bitch, we are fusing with Ernest, which is why our memories are so fucked up. So Ernest killed Raymond. That's why we had that memory. In a few moments, most of the agents had been wiped out, but those who had been spared had chosen to flee, as had Marjorana, who had used the general chaos to slip away quietly. Bull, Fox, can you walk as far as the car? After I'd, unless that was Ernest, and painfully nodded our head, we dragged ourselves to the vehicle. Gianna was silently evaluating our options as we went down the hairpin bends that separated the Abbey from the town. My phone began to ring. I put it on speaker. Ah, detective, I wasn't sure you would answer in these circumstances. This is the sheriff. Fox can hear you, but he's unable to speak. What do you want? It's simple. My radio equipment disappeared during our little meeting at the Abbey. I'm prepared to free Fox's wife if you bring it to me. He added, you have 24 hours before hanging up. Considering that Parker hadn't joined the altercation, we had some idea who the thief might be. Oh, fuck. Nothing had prepared us for what we would find at the police station. A violent brawl had broken out between Parker's group and those loyal to Curtis. The lot was littered with bodies and suits, but there were more important things. It was crucial that Ernest and I retook complete control of our shared body. I needed to think clearly, but the sensations of my body distorting as soon as I relaxed my attention, along with Bull's inevitable presence in my mind, limited my cognitive abilities. There's no hope of finding Jody in these conditions. Ricky, we can't keep going like this. You have to take control. Okay, but how? You have to find something to stabilize yourself. Arthur's patients developed a tic. You have to find yours. You'll figure it out. We've got no choice. Are you coming? We're standing in the middle of the parking lot talking to ourselves. Hydrate? Okay, okay. Thank you for the stretch. I'm coming. Damn, we looking like a mess. The precinct breakout room was covered with the scars of the recent armed struggles between the feds and Parker's troops. Tried to ignore the lifeless bodies strewn across the room that would have to wait. They'll be fine. I don't think they're going to be fine. I don't think they're going to be fine. As for me, my problem was different. I needed to find a way to get complete control over my body. What would help me do that? Kitty! Arthur's cat. I promised myself I would take it home, but it was impossible to find. Jody. She loved that animal, and I loved her back. It would spend all of her time on his lap when we visited Arthur. At least that was before he left for Greenhearth. Now Arthur was pushing up daisies, and Jody... I've got to save her. The cat can't be your tick, dude? Why not? A photo of Jody. Must have fallen out of the file. Okay. He feels more in control. William Curtis remained where he was. Okay. What else can you have as a tick? The map of Greenhearth. Suddenly, there's a question mark near the dam. Was this where the creature had chosen to live? It's impossible to say, but that feels like that's where we're going to have to go. One of the victims wasn't wearing the dark suit, but was dressed in fatigues. Parker was under orders from a paramilitary division. We need to be real careful. Okay. Ernest's presence sinking back into his mind. He was present, but as if he was asleep. Just as I was about to find Gianna, she entered the room. You look a lot better. Well done. Are you She can't tell us how to do this. Like, has she ever done this? I found a survivor. Yeah, let's go talk to the survivor. A rookie fed. He was overwhelmed. I've got some questions for you. Are you gonna get me out of this, detective? I don't fucking know if I'm getting you out of this. I think you're already out of this. Can't see why Parker and his men would come back. So, what happened? Tell me everything. I just finished my coffee. We got the new results from the science team. Okay. Mr. Curtis asked us to come into the meeting room for an update, but I was late. Why were you late? Go to the bathroom? Okay, fine. Suddenly there were noises and shooting. I hid till there were no more noises. I went to the sheriff's office. Uh-huh. And then you came. You didn't see anything. Great. You're fucking useless then. I'm not gonna get fired because I hid, am I? You're lucky to be alive. Don't you worry about your fucking job. Where can I find Parker? No idea. God, he's so fucking useless. Don't really see how Bubsy could know. Okay. What's the location of Oscar? I'd known if I'd been at the meeting. Okay. Alright, show me Curtis's notes. Johnny, you know what's there? It's an old building lot. The work stopped. Okay. Morrison's home is on the side of town. Don't know how you could know about the place. And what did the note say? Track the location of different signals sent back by the radio frequencies detected. Hold on, I gotta stretch. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I'm also gonna do this. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on, because I know I keep looking down. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Don't go there because I ain't with it. What? I'm going to use my P&G for a bit because I know I keep looking down and it keeps turning, keeps closing my eyes, so we're just going to use this for a bit. We're going to use this for a bit. That's fine. What I am going to do, since we're going to use this temporarily. Oh, you were singing the song. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, beautiful. Beautiful. Sorry, I forgot that I even said hold up, wait a minute. So, that's where I'm at, Lars. That's where I'm at. Okay. They track the location of different signals backed by the radio frequency detection algorithm at regular intervals. That's a lot of words that I don't fully understand. The anomaly went from Greenhearth Health Center to the Abbey before returning and stopping in the circled zone, which corresponds with what we know of Morrison's route. We've got him. So we can try to find this guy's wife now. Check with Gianna and leave the premises. Let's GTFO. Listen, just leave him alone. He can live. He can live. There was a long pause before Bubsy understood and left. Not convinced it's a good idea. Discord. Creature asked us to contact if we found radio equipment. We already know its location. We don't need to tip it off. Let's just hope Parker wasn't smart enough to take the equipment. I don't trust Parker. Especially now that we know he's Tilkix. Creature will be holding all the cards. Parker believes that the equipment will be safest wherever he and his men are around to find it. Bull is asleep. I'm in control. It's fine. I'm gonna need you to have my back. There's no point in hanging around. Let's go. We're taking the kitty with us too. Look at us. Look at that badass cat. This is a great shot though. Hold on. This right here is a fantastic shot. Can we just appreciate this for a second? This shot is great. Matter of fact, I'm saving the shot for myself. No worries, Yada. No worries. Have a good night, Yada. You do what you gotta do. those eyes could commit manslaughter. I mean, they could, but look at, just look at, like, how wonderful. King, I'm gonna do something, just ignore me for a bit. Just ignore me. I just need it for my avatar. Oh, that is not what I meant to hit. Okay. Look at that kitty. Shook it in her arms before grabbing a set of keys. We headed off top speed towards the lair. Parker's there preparing to launch his attack. They've taken shelter in the garage. 4 people in total, him and 3 mercenaries. They didn't seem to notice our arrival. Their attention was focused on a house 30 yards from their shelter, which is probably where Morrison is. I didn't know what I expected, something worse. Situation looked manageable after the sheriff and I. Leon! Do be the Leon. She signaled me to get out quietly. When I opened the car door, the cat slipped out and disappeared into a bush. Then, without a moment of hesitation, she drove full speed. Bullets sprayed, but there wasn't much they could do against an armored police car. God damn, girl! The last moment, she threw herself from the vehicle, letting the car finish the journey, knocking... Boom, baby, boom, 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 buzz. God damn, girl! Look at her coming in a... Look at her! Look at her, though. Look at this badass. The 2 had no time to react. Each of them took a volley of bullets. The threat was reduced to nothing in moments. As for Parker, he vanished again. I approached the house and entered the room on the first floor. Jody was near. I was sure. Morrison was there. He used the situation to get the radio equipment. Oscar, I know you can hear me. Fight! Don't let this thing control you. Detective Fox, you see? In the end, I didn't need you to get the equip. Oscar, the creature controlling him, had no time to finish their sentence before Gianna came in and threw herself onto them. But she was repelled with a backhand and landed on the ground. Damn. I used the distraction to push open the door to the other room where I found Jody, my Jody, gagged and bound to a chair. She was terrified but unharmed. Gianna and the creature were entangled in a violent struggle. Just as the sheriff was about to overcome Morrison, he began to change into something inhuman. He took the bell out and was about to ring it. I tried to intervene, but it was too late. I don't remember what happened next. We were... Oh, shit! Everybody's fusing? Gianna, Oscar, Ernest, Ettore, the creature, and me. I saw one of our limbs reach out toward Jody. The creature. It was holding the bell. I understood what I wanted to do, but I was unable to stop it. Suddenly, Ettore and the creature detached from us and threw themselves into Jody, still tied up. Someone, Gianna maybe, detached the bell from the thing's hand, but it was too late. Jody. I saw her face distort with the bell's effect. Oh shit. I slammed the door. We had to stabilize. One of us had to take control. I sat at the desk and began to write. Eldritch horrors beyond human comprehension. Yep. Oh shit, now we're Bull. And we're live in living color. Ah shit. I am Ernest Bull, and I will stop that creature. Ah shit. I don't know how I managed it, but apparently it was me who won the internal struggle that Ricky launched against the 3 of us for control of his body. It's not ideal. Someone like Ricky or the sheriff would have been more useful, but we'll just have to make do. To tell the truth, I'm almost tempted to pack my stuff up and get the hell out of here. But I guess if that creature managed to put its plan in action, there won't soon be anywhere left to run. The noises in the next room stopped a while back. I guess that has managed to free. Has to be stopped. We mustn't hang about because it has everything it needs to put the plan into action. The equipment and the bell. My companion's help would be invaluable for that. I'm going to need Fox's detection. So I'm going to have to shift between them? Even Oscar would be useful. Living so long with the creature, there must be information he alone can give. Maybe I could find a way to bring them to the surface without losing control. I just have to convince them to join forces. Look at all this color! Look at all this color! I don't have work tomorrow, so maybe we can finish this whole thing. Consult. Woo! Jody. Needs to find something to remind him of his wife. What about Gianna? Arthur, save Greenhearth. A way to wake her up. She brought a cat. Okay. So we'd have to find the cat. What does Oscar need? His son. Okay, a drawing. I will, Yada. I will. Alright, so let's search the abandoned house. Ricky's notes are on the table. Okay. Alright, so there's the cat that'll wake up Gianna. So a drawing. And then Jody. A crowbar. Let's take the crowbar. There's blood on the floor. Gianna must have managed to injure her and she was trying to restrain it. Okay. Crazy thing is that we could have multiple things merge. We don't just stop at one. We don't stop at one merge. Okay, so there's no drawing here. Creature has indeed escaped. Fuck. The room is empty except for the chair that Jody had been kept in. I'm going to take the rope to bind her. Maybe it'll get a reaction. That might be everything in this room, I think. Oh, wait, drawing. Let's search the garage. Parker managed to make it out once again. He must have had to abandon the equipment. Okay, so there's these loose papers that are research notes. Okay. Head pet. How you doing, Kaylee? Who needs a normal sleep schedule? Not you. You don't need a normal sleep schedule. Those are overrated. Confirm that this is the proof we're looking for all these years. The Bureau's guilt in the series of events that led to my brother's death, which ended in my being placed at Greenhearth and Witness Protection Program. Damn. This man finally finds what he needs. And he's stuck in another body. Parker probably stole it during the attack, which we knew that. We knew that. How you doing, though? Finished a game. Ooh, which game did you finish? Which one did you finish? It was taking over my days. 9 Soul. I feel like I just saw somebody else playing that too. How did you at least enjoy it? Or was it like meh? Police radio. Okay, so that's everything there. Is this another scrap of paper that we could use? Instructions for the system to detect the bell. Okay. One of Parker's men. Service car. Okay. But it won't start. Son of a bitch. Okay. Let's talk to Ricky. Ricky's fixated on his wife. Well, I'm going to need you to talk to us, Ricky. Could have been a bit shorter than I would have liked it. But I'm saying... That's right. What type of game is it? It looked like kind of like a platformer from like the 2 minutes that I saw. This game is good. It's at times like a little trippy. Some of the reveals are really cool, and we're finally in chapter 5, which is like a chapter that's full color so far. But all the art styles are different in this game, which is really cool. So like each chapter had a different art style, and this one has color, but we are sort of playing as somebody else. I don't want to say like too much because spoilers and all that, but it's, if you like story games and you like mysteries, it's really good. The different art, yeah, like literally each chapter different style. I'm like, that is super cool to me. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so I can try to block the Steam stuff. But yeah, so that I've been really enjoying this. The creature got away. We have to stop it. We have to save Jody. We'll do our best, but the creature is the priority. If we can save your wife in the process, we'll do that. Your son might just have to live with his aunt. Your son's about to be an orphan, bro. Think about your son. How will you win, Ernest? You have to let me control. No. No. We have to do what's best with what we've got. Gonna need your brains, sir. Gonna need your brains. Can I count on you? I'll do all I can to help you stop that creature. Okay, good. Let's see what Oscar Morrison has to say. Now he looks like one of the ghosts from Disney's Haunted Mansion. That's what he looks like now with the really long face. If anybody here has ever been on Disney's Haunted Mansion, please tell me that you see it. But I feel like he literally looks like one of the ghosts, like one of the hitchhiking ghosts that tries to go with you. You know what I see? You see it? I'm not a crazy person. Rose? I know you're thinking of your wife, but look at this drawing. I need you to concentrate on this drawing. Concentrate. Thank you for calling me back, Mr. Bull. We absolutely must stop the creature before I can call us kind. As you may imagine, time is of the essence. Hang on, you must have some useful information for us. Yes, but the priority is to find the way to get back into the town. I'm counting on you to find a solution, and I suggest we check back before we leave. Until then, don't hesitate to call me if needed. I found this electronic equipment. Looks like what you stole from the hospital. Yes, indeed it does resemble my equipment. I suppose it must be the system the Bureau developed to locate the people affected by the bell. That's what the instruction manual suggests. Will you be able to use it? With the manual you found? Yes, I think I'll manage. Okay, so we got step-by-step directions. There we go. Do you see the source on the screen? That's us. And the other dot. That's the creature is heading for the dam. Yes, I believe the creature is going to try to use the reservoir to amplify the symbol. That is how it plans to call his fellows. So we're going to the dam. Yes, and I have a plan to stop it. That's good. I'm listening. Well, I'm not certain you see it as good news, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'd rather we check back with the other two before we leave, if you don't mind, s'il vous plaît. All right. Let's talk to Gianna. Have to save Green Hearth. Okay, Gianna, look at this kitty. Look at this kitty. The kitty's going to purr loudly so that you can work with us. Arthur's cat. I promised myself I would take care of it after he died, but I lost everything. Now, all is not lost, girl. All is not lost. We could do this. We have a small chance of stopping that creature. I'm going to need you to do that. You're right. I won't lie to you. I'd rather be in control, but never mind. I'll do what I can. I got to get the car started, girl. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to fix the car. Radiator's taking a bang, but I should be able to patch it up. I need some tools. All right, let's get the tools from here. Look at this toolbox. Let's go fix the car. Is this what you need? Okay. 15 minutes later, that's it. She's great. She's great. We should be able to get back to Green Hearth. All right, everybody. You know what to do. Got to get our way around. We know what the creature's going to the dam. I promise to do my best. All we have to do is find a way to send those documents to Parker's. Okay, the thing is our top priority, and then afterwards we could deal with it. I'm listening, Mr. Morrison. You are aware that the creature forced me to kill Raymond Kowalski, but do you know why? As far as I know, that was just the first in a series of murders targeting Petrovsky's patients, wasn't it? No. Killing the survivors of the Viracocha project was the foreman's plan, in order to kill the creature's host and be rid of this threat. The creature only wanted striking down those who were affected by the bell when its existence was discovered. Actually, Raymond possessed large quantities of explosives and was preparing to blow up the dam. Why are we just finding out about this now? Because I, or at least the creature, stopped me in time. So you want to use the explosives to do what? I must warn you, the chance of our having to blow up the dam is far from non-existent. We will find some way of contacting your friends at Greenheart Bank, Mr. Bull. Oui, that is where I hid the explosives. Just what are you thinking, Morrison? It was the safest place. As you know, you can leave a safe deposit box in the strictest confidence. And the box does not know what's inside. Alright, first the bank, then the dam. I'm ready to sacrifice myself if that's our only option. But what about Jody and my son?
Truly cringeworthy.
Nar! Hi, Nar. I know. My voices are truly cringeworthy. I'm aware. How you doing? Welcome on in. How's it going? How's your Tuesday? I forgot what day it was. How's your Tuesday? Are you working too hard? Are you working too hard? Let's not hang around, Bull. If that creature puts its plan into action, let's go. We got a GTFO. Hold on, I'm gonna move this here actually. Boop. Climb into the car and the cat slips behind me. Start the car, the motor is sputtering. We barely fixed it, but we're headed to the bank. We're headed to the bank to get a whole bunch of explosives. That is not a statement that I ever thought I would be saying, and I need everybody to know that that is in the game. Like the rest of the town, Greed Hearth is empty. Huh. Okay. We're placing our lives in danger of that creature, but just us, not everybody else's lives. So really, it's fine. It's 97 here. I was in the chemical suit for 4 hours. Whew. Yeah, no, it's hot. It's supposed to feel like over 100 the next couple days too. At least it is here in New York. I don't know about where you are, but it's gonna be real hot. I am not a fan. I don't fully want to leave my house. Okay, we gotta find a way to scan a file. Same here. Okay. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. Because it's basically like a heat wave everywhere. What am I missing here? Can I not go to the door? Vent? No. But what am I missing to find it? Is this the computer? It's probably something so small that I'm missing too. Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew it. All right, I will get you that drink, but first we have to give the ara ara. No, the self-care is best care is all of it. So self-care is best care is a hydrate, a stretch, and a posture check. I finished my soda, so I'm onto the water. Self-care is best care is all three for the low price of 500 points. And I know I don't have my avatar up right now, but it's because I have this game on full screen, so I keep looking down. And then it just keeps closing the eyes of my avatar as I'm trying to read everything because there's no voicing. So that's fine. He's fine. But I have stretched, I have done the posture check, and I have taken my water. Health seems very yes because the sun. That's fair. That is totally fair. 105 is a lot, man. That is I just feel like certain humans like myself are not built for that.
No one's good with 105 degrees. Camels are good with 105 degrees.
Yes, but I'm really not built for that. And you're even more so not built for that.
I know.
King literally just grabbed a beer and I think put the beer to his forehead for the coldness. That's how we're dealing. That's how we're dealing with it. It's fine. All right, let's hope the explosives are still in the safety deposit box. Oh wait, here's a phone. Morrison's mind stirs at the side of the phone. Rose, you have to call her. I need to make sure she and my son have been evacuated. All right, fine. She's still here? Mrs. Morrison, this is the Federal Bureau. You must leave town immediately. But you called me a few hours ago to tell me to stay home. I suppose you still don't have any news of my husband? Sorry, ma'am, but the plans have changed. It is imperative for your safety that you evacuate within the hour. You'll be given more details later. I'm sorry, but I have to hang up. Damn. So they told her to stay. A flash drive? Okay. So now, which safety deposit box? Okay. Wait, I've got a favor to ask. Great. Make sure that it survives. The cat? You want me to make sure the cat survives? The cat doesn't have survival instincts? Come on now. Come on, cat. You have survival instincts, right? Look at the kitty! Look at the kitty! I stop at the entrance of the tunnel the sheriff showed me, and I release Petrovsky's cat. The animal rubs itself against my legs one last time and gazes at me sadly, as though it feels its mistress's presence and was telling her goodbye before it sets off into the tunnel. I'll miss you, kitty. I will miss you so much. Goodbye, kitty. The cat disappears into the gloom. I feel the sheriff's mind fill with a kind of gentle resignation. This time we don't blame the cat. This time the cat is very helpful to us. On Gianna's advice, I abandon the car at the foot of the dam to take the maintenance shaft. Have to climb all the way up on foot. After climbing... I surprised myself climbing ladder after ladder with far more ease than I expected. Probably the advantage of sharing your body with several people. Imagine having to share one body with 3 other people. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. That's too much. That's too much, man. After entering here, I begin to set up the explosive. Oscar guides me, but I'm perfectly able to manage this. Isn't my first rodeo. Okay, Ernest. Okay. I hear strange noises and the thing emerges from the shadows. Oh, God. What is this? I'm sorry, Ricky, but that's not your wife no more. That's not your wife. Jody is gone. That's a thing. That's a thing, man. What? I gave Abel, like, the unsteady voice. What kind of voice do I even give this? What kind of voice do I even try to give this? That I can maintain is the other thing. You can't. You're right. You just can't. You just can't. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. King being like, you can't, but I might. Why you rude? Why you rude, King? You want to come in here and voice things? You know, you were invited to voice things on here before. You got to keep pitching your voice up and down. Like, not the breathing unsteady, but up and down. Because I did breathing unsteady for Abel. Abel was just breathing, like, really unsteady. I mean, I can try it. I can try it. Okay. Okay, let me think about this. Let me think about this. Okay. Let me take a sip of water and get this yawn out. The yawn is just the body's way of saying, bitch, you need more oxygen before you do this. Okay. Oh, I feel like this is gonna sound so weird. Alright. Mr. Bull, I never would have thought it would be you who won. No, I can't keep that. I can't keep that going. I can't keep that going. That's crazy. That's crazy. Never mind who won. We're all here to stop you. Oh God, she just gets more terrifying looking. She just gets more terrifying looking. Now she's got an extra eye and shark teeth. And she's got 4 arms and maybe 1 leg. 4 arms and maybe 1 leg. I can't even tell. Stop me? You're scarcely able to manage an empty hotel. Do you really think you have the courage to stop me? And anyway, it's too late. Low rumbling resonates through the structure of the dam. Oh boy. Come, my brothers, dinner is served. What a wholesome smile. That is... It's something, Kaylee. It's something. Creature draws closer, looking menacing. I only have seconds left. I know what I have to do. I just hope my contacts receive those documents. And then you have the Kafka. Boom. 48 hours have passed since the explosion at the dam, which submerged the town of Greenhearth beneath the waters. Thanks to the evacuation orders from the authorities, human losses have been minimal. We don't know exactly what brought the destruction of the dam, but an inquiry is underway. Note that Sheriff Gianna Walter is still AWOL and probably lost her life trying to stop the explosion. An official funeral has been scheduled. The good news is that the object has been located and the experiments can finally recommence. No! You will remember to note in the report that the terrorist threat was overborne thanks to the efforts of my team, won't you? What a shame that none of them survived. I do hope the next Curtis will be as malleable as the last one. Oh shit, Liz is still alive. Right. Come on, Liz. There's nothing left for us to do here. Oh shit. I think I might have gotten a bad ending. I think I got a... Is that a bad ending? Like if I hit continue. Oh. I think I got a bad ending, guys. Well, I'm glad I didn't think to... Well, there are 4 different endings. So, there are 4 endings. Hold on, because now I can do this again. Okay. Now that I'm not reading anything. There are 4 endings, so I assume that there's at least one bad one. I actually want to look at the achievements. Yeah. So there's an achievement for episode 5 called The Sacrifice, and I did not get that one. Which means that, and that is complete episode 5, which means somewhere one of my choices led me to a bad ending that I didn't complete the sacrifice correctly. Ah, and there's 5 hidden achievements that I did not get. Yeah. Only 9.6% of people have completed episode 4 as Ernest. And it makes me think that you can complete the episodes as other characters. So there's definitely ones that I missed. So I missed, how many is it that I missed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I missed 6 achievements. And I did not get a good ending. I mean, that's really cool, though. That is super cool. I'm gonna go back to this one. That's a really cool way to end it. As I said, I'm not gonna play for additional endings on stream. Like, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that as it is. That's our ending to the game. I will probably play it again on my own. That's a really cool way to end, though. The bad guys won and the experiments continue. It's a thing. I really like that, though. I really like that. I appreciate that. I 100% appreciate that. I think that's a cool... I feel like... Excuse me. That's a really cool way to end it. That's like a really... It's nice that like you don't... I don't know how I could have... I'm assuming that I would have had to go back a little bit further to get like a better ending. Which like I'll play on my own and find different choices. Or make different choices. But that's a really cool way of doing it. I like that. I really like that. But yeah, but that's the end of us playing Echoes. That's the end of us playing Echoes. Now we gotta find somewhere new to go. Cool. Yeah, I'll play on my own just to get different endings. I appreciate that. I appreciate the hell out of that, though. That was cool. I dig it. Let's see where we're gonna go next. I think I know who we're gonna raid. I think I already know. They're doing the Nintendo Direct thing. And then I don't know what they're gonna do afterwards, but I guess it's also their birthday. So let's go show Sunrose some love. Nintendo Direct on his birthday. We talked a little bit about the Nintendo Direct early on, so we'll show Sunrose some love. And tomorrow you can catch King playing something in the morning. What is King playing that I don't remember? He's playing something. We the Revolution. I knew it was something new, which is why I couldn't remember. King will be playing tomorrow morning because he's off of work. And then I'll be back Friday with something. Maybe Friday we'll do the new Honkai stuff. Unless King wants to play something with me on Friday. Maybe we can continue the evil run. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some things. But yeah. Let's go show Sunrose some love, and I will catch you all next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.